In the White House, President Eisenhower signs the proclamation that makes Alaska's entry into the Union official, nearly 92 years after Lincoln's Secretary of State bought the territory from the Russian Tsar for $7 million.
The Alaska Wild Project podcast is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Barney's Sports Chalet, supplying hunters with the best hand-selected gear since 1963. The exclusive home of frontier gear built for the rugged Alaskan terrain. Your one-stop shop for all your outdoor needs. Visit Barney's today at 906 West Northern Lights.
Arbor Digital, the forefront of digital assets, cryptocurrencies, and wealth management, providing a low-cost, research-based investment strategy for Alaskans looking to invest their hard-earned money. Visit acminc.com today to put your money to work.
Tailored Restoration 24-hour emergency home services, helping Alaskans restore their dreams since 1972. Services include fire, water, mold, post-emergency cleaning, repair, and remodeling. Give them a call in Anchorage, Eagle River, Matsu, or Fairbanks. Hit them up at tailoredrestorationalaska.com.
Total Truck and Alaska Overlander, Alaska's premier supplier for custom automotive accessories and overlanding products, providing all-inclusive rental vehicles and trailers custom outfitted to explore the Alaskan backcountry with a unique and convenient traveling experience.
Serrano's Mexican Grill, 2 locations, one on Tudor, one on Northern Lights. The Northern Lights location has their new tequila bar. Check it out. Also see their daily specials at serranosmexicangrill.com.
TheTreehouseAK.com, located at 341 Boniface Parkway, Alaska's own and grown cannabis and CBD store. Ask the bud tender what the strain of the day is to get your 10% off. The Treehouse, where the culture lives.
The Connoisseur Lounge, Alaska's premier locally owned and operated cannabis retailer, located in the heart of Palmer, Alaska. Their cultivated products include Snowcap Romance, Aurora Haze, Super Glue, and much more. Find them at theconnoisseurlounge.net.
AKO Farms, located in Sitka, Alaska, built from the ground up with concentrates as their single motivation, with exclusive products such as their sugar wax, full spectrum diamond sauce carts, and more. Ask your local bud tender about AKO. Marijuana has intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming and addictive. Marijuana impairs concentration, coordination, and judgment. Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence. There are health risks associated with consumption of marijuana. For the use of only by adults 21 and over. Keep out of the reach of children, and marijuana should not be used by women who are pregnant or breastfeeding.
The Baitshack, located on Ship Creek upstream of the bridge. Can't miss the bright red shack. They're the go-to fishing gear rental and guide service on Ship Creek. Tight lines and fish on. Come hook into the action with them. Hit them up at thebaitshackak.com.
Anchortown Dogs, located on 4th Avenue across from the old 4th Avenue Theater. Look for the blue and gold umbrella. From reindeer dogs to bomb euros, they've got you covered. Anchortown Dogs, your local gourmet hot dog and sausage cart.
Crude Magazine, Alaska-based media outlet using the last frontier as a springboard to discover larger truths about the cultures of our great state. Read more at crudemag.com.
Lawn Pro AK, Alaska's year-round professional property maintenance team. Services include snow and ice management, weekly lawn care, and more. Get your free estimate today at lawnproak.com.
Double Shovel Cider Company, located off of Arctic and 58th. Handcrafted Alaskan-made colonial ciders. They also have a tap room downtown on the corner of 5th and E. Stop by today and taste an award-winning cider.
Lady with a Plan, your own Alaska event planner. From scouting the perfect location to planning the tiniest details, specializing in event management and production for intimate social gatherings. Find Lady with a Plan on Instagram. You guys know the protocol.
Ooh, yes,
wanted to make sure you guys were acting like you've been here before.
Yeah.
So
it's been a while.
First
time in the new room, though.
Studio.
Yep. You have to put that mic a lot closer to your face.
All right.
There you go.
There we go.
There it is.
This is not your first
Welcome
day.
to Alaska Wild Project, episode number 60. We were supposed to do this one in Homer. We had brought all the gear down there to do it at the house that we rented to do the live podcast, but as probably people noticed and saw, that it got postponed to Sunday. And so now we're doing the recap, and we have our good friend CJ in the house.
Hey, guys.
Thank you for coming. And then also Chad.
What's up?
Chad Aurentz, CJ Weed. Thank you guys for coming. Jack had to go to Kodiak. They are, I don't know if we talked about this on the podcast. Double Shovel is opening a Double Shovel cider, another cidery in Kodiak.
Yeah, we touched on it.
sweet.
We didn't,
With the homie
elaborate
Gid.
too much.
You know Gideon Saunders?
Yeah.
So Gid's down there full time, and he's pretty much going to be running the show down there. So they're got all their tanks and all their stuff down there, and they're going to be opening that up. They got a soft date. I don't know if I want to even say, because I know how that kind of shit goes.
Yeah,
like
set some
months?
expectations,
Yeah.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. Anyway, they have the spot and all the stuff, and so they're down there getting all the tanks ready and all the stuff. And once they get all that set up, we're definitely going to need to go down there and do a podcast down there with those boys, for sure.
Like in October, possibly.
That's what I said. I'm
Yeah.
down there anyway.
That would seem
Yeah.
like good time.
Well, that's what I was telling him. Like for people that we're talking about doing the Brandon got the elk tag down there, and I'm still in the air. Like, I'm going to try to make it. You know what I'm saying? I want to do it. It's a lot of days off. I know I got to do it, and I know that he would love me to come.
Oh yeah.
But I'm like, okay, well, let's time it right so that the cider's going to be open by then, and then we can like bring all the shit, maybe leave it there or something like that, and then just do a thing from there.
I know it should be open by October.
It should be open by October. Put that a little closer. You plan on going down?
Yeah, I don't know when, but soon after it opens.
I think
I'll
that's
come
gonna
down in October.
It's gonna be awesome for
Coming down.
Kodiak.
Oh yeah, super cool.
Yeah,
So you got the little brewery, and you got a few things there, but not a ton.
yeah. Oh, you know what they did say? The goal was to be open by the Crab Festival.
Yeah.
Is that what it's
I
called?
think that's in May, right?
I think that's
Memorial.
Day.
Memorial.
It
Memorial
used
Week?
to be 4th of July.
Okay. Is that the right name? Crab Festival?
Yeah. No
Yep.
pressure. Double Shovel Kodiak. No pressure.
Yep. We just let everyone know. Crab Festival. Be ready. Well, you probably want to. That's like the big. Like,
Yeah,
this
that's
is
the
a
whole
huge
reason.
event there.
There was a
Yeah,
reason behind
I
it.
tried to go for it for anniversary with my wife to go see bears,
Yeah.
and tried to time it with that. Did not Google it. I just knew it used to be 4th of July, and I found out it used to be when I got there, and it wasn't going on
Not anymore.
And 4th of July in Kodiak was interesting, to say the least.
Oh, I bet. They got a good fireworks show.
Nope. But they have a parade and like free hot dogs and hamburgers downtown.
Oh, that's
and
right, dude. My mom one time went down there to sell hot dogs, and she was pissed because there was free hot dogs everywhere.
Oh, she thought she was going to slang.
She thought she was going to make a bunch of money selling hot dogs,
Yeah,
and they're
the
giving
V-
away everywhere.
The VFW does like a thing.
Yeah.
They had like, it was hilarious. They had like a truck bed, like a semi-flat truck bed set up as
Yeah.
a stage. And they had these girls that were like, it was like, I don't know, pin-up style show of like old, like, when they used to go overseas, like wartime, and do
Yeah.
like cheer up the troops stuff.
Yeah.
It was that.
Morale boosters.
Oh, the morale boosters. There you
Yeah,
go.
it was that. These girls from New York, like performing and singing, like in a parking lot in Kodiak. Like we saw those girls at the sushi restaurant, and I was like, my wife was like, "Those girls don't look like they're from here." I was like, "Definitely not." They were like dressed up to go out to eat.
Yeah.
in Kodiak.
Oh, that's funny.
Hilarious.
One event I want to bring up, as this podcast will probably be coming out just in time. Dustin down there at the Baitshack is doing the Ship Creek cleanup event on.
That's already, huh?
That's May 14th.
Oh, wow.
That's like right around the corner, especially when this show is going to come out. So I'll be down there. Mattson and a bunch of the sponsors have hired me to do the Anchortown dogs down there. So it'll be like free dogs, free meals for everyone. Come down and just like clean up the area down there so that they're good to go for the Derby. And then right after that is his prize for the first Derby caught. And then the Derby just like gets going. The season for him gets going.
That's cool. Is that a weekend cleanup?
The cleanup is on Saturday, May 14th. Yep, just a one-day deal to go clean it up down there. I went down there actually the other day just to like, actually, that's funny, dude. I actually went on Monday to take a nap, in my car after the Homer Derby. I was like, where can I go where no one's going to like fuck with me? And I went down there. I was like, I'm just going to come down here by the port. And I ended up like driving Ship Creek and going all the way to the end over there. And I just like, just full mouth breathe, just nap time.
That boat harbor is probably a good little nap spot.
Oh man, it was
quiet
out there.
No, until there was a bunch of beeping and like clang and shit.
Yeah, equipment and reverse.
Trains.
Yeah.
Trains, yeah. Yeah, I felt like I didn't even really like rest up and fully recover until I woke up this morning. I woke up and I was like, damn, honey, I slept hard. I mean, I slept like 7 hours straight. I never sleep that long. I'm always like, I wake up, I toss and turn or whatever. And she's like, I can tell by the way you were honking. Actually, I snore really bad. Oh, my God, so bad. Anyway, so I woke up and I'm like, is this what it's come to? Party on Friday night, and I feel almost better on Tuesday morning.
Well, I can tell you, it only gets worse every year. Add another like 3 hours to that.
I'm telling you, you got to take that Monday off. You get your stuff done. You sleep in a little.
Yeah, would have been worth it. Yeah, Homer did it to me again.
Hey, man.
Homer will do that to you.
Yeah.
I do. As we were talking before we hit record, man, it was cool that they postponed it to Sunday. I think it's probably really good for the economy of Homer and Soldotna, and that whole area down there, because you go Friday night, you know, everyone's probably working a half day. You shoot down there, or you're off, and you shoot down there. You want to put your boat in the water, get to your hotel, get to dinner, and then you just rage. You know what I'm saying? And then you just hammered, and then the next day.
Just rage.
The next day, it's like really nice to just take the day off, carnage. Maybe finish getting your stuff in the water if you didn't get your stuff in the water, and then recover, and then Sunday you go fishing, because I'll be the first to admit I threw up like 8 times on Saturday, and because obviously we were up really late, up at Characters and out there. I mean, Homer has an amazing scene, and I was out really, really late, and I think we did like 6. What were you drinking at dinner?
Double martinis.
Yeah, double martinis at AJ's.
Because a regular martini's not enough.
No. Can I get a double dirty?
I think there were people out that night that wouldn't have been out.
I agree.
Had the tournament been Saturday.
I don't think you go as hard if you know.
Oh no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
There's no way. Or I would have done it way earlier. Because I waited until, kind of the evening. Chad finally texted me. He's like, hey, we're at the dog. I'm like, all right, man, it's time. Eric had the bubble guts, so he was like, I don't know. I was like, well, just give us a ride down there.
Man, I didn't even make it to the dog.
You didn't hit the dog one time?
Hit the dog one time.
Really?
I just skipped it Friday night, and then Saturday night we went to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you go that hard on Friday, man.
That was a smart move.
You were at Characters, though, weren't you?
Oh, he was at Characters.
You came back out.
Yeah.
Or did you go? Did we just go from dinner to there?
Yeah. We went from the dog to dinner to there.
Somehow I went back to the house, I guess, for like an hour. I'm like, what? I don't remember. I don't know if we just went back to
were
get the herbs and hang out, but
we were going hard in the paint that night for sure.
Yeah, because my brother even made a comment. He's like, dude, that dude just like was hanging in there. He was talking about you because we went to the dog at 6:30 and it was like, dude, Chad's gonna have an early night.
Nope.
And then we get there and he's still there. I'm like, damn. But the homies weren't there. Kyle was, right? That was it. You and Kyle came up?
No, you guys had to pick up
James,
Kyle.
Billy, Brock.
Oh, everybody was there?
Yeah.
Damn, man. It's a little fuzzy.
It's a blur.
Yeah, it's a blur for sure.
Well, I'm saying like that's because you go out hard and you spend the money at the bars on Friday, and then Saturday like you got to go eat. You know what I'm saying? So you're spending money on Saturday all around there, and then Sunday you fish, and you're out.
I just told everyone in the group when we were headed to the dog, they were like, "It's a little early for the dog." I was like, "Dude, I'm just following instructions on the bumper sticker, bro."
Yep, that's right.
Drinking town with a fishing problem.
Yep,
Homer, Alaska.
That's what you're supposed to do.
The dog.
Yeah, I have total different perspective on the postponement. Like for me, it just like fuck the whole.
But if you knew coming in, like we're gonna fish Sunday,
man. Yeah.
If you know that the Derby's on Sunday, everyone would still come down Friday.
I wouldn't go to work on Monday. I'd have taken Monday off.
Yeah, and we're CJ took
Yeah.
Monday off. CJ knows better.
Oh, you had Monday off?
I took Monday off. Yeah,
Damn,
'cause
you and Wyatt are the only smart
I'm used
ones,
to the
dude.
hockey tournament, right? So we'll come down for this hockey tournament, and we'll usually have a game Friday night, like late Friday night.
Party
Then you
night.
party.
Yep.
Then Saturday you play 2 games and you party, and then Sunday that's like the championship game, and everyone leaves, and it's miserable. But I learned that you can just stay another night and enjoy the hot tub and Homer all to yourself.
And
basically.
no traffic on the way
No
back.
traffic, no
Yeah.
pressure.
Cruise
so much
home.
nicer. Yeah.
I feel you're right. I think if people knew, I think also a lot of people like backed out when it got postponed. Like they got their
Did
money
they?
back and left. A lot of
wow.
people left.
Oh, man.
Because they were
Yeah.
like, man, I can't. They all had to be at work on Monday.
Yeah.
But if it was on Sunday, like you're saying, but then they wouldn't have that makeup day if the weather comes in.
That's true.
they-
Yeah,
had.
that's get postponed to
So
Monday,
it's like,
and then yeah,
you know, it's like how Arctic Man, the race was on Friday.
Yeah.
oh,
And
it
then the
would
makeup
just-
race would be on Saturday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that
If
makes
there
sense.
was weather, it would move it to Saturday.
Yeah.
I almost wonder if it'd be cool if the Derby was on Friday.
That'd be
Friday.
tough. Oh, then you'd have to, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's tough for everyone to get off work.
people will do it, dude.
Yeah, they would.
People will do it. When we rolled in Thursday night at 8:00, all the hotels were packed. People were already there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Homer was already like
We were going down Thursday till we had wheel bearing issue.
right, and then we had all intentions of our own little 3-man crew. We were gonna go hard, and we got down there and we're like, well, you know, let's just have some beers and cook something. Homer shuts down no restaurants after 9:00. There's nowhere to get food anywhere.
It's like Hawaii.
Yeah, it was like done. I was like, oh fuck. So we went and bought some stuff at the grocery store and cooked. If all you guys were down there and down, it might have been a different story.
They need like
you
a
know.
Sicily's.
Yeah,
Oh man, why isn't there?
Uncle Joe's.
Sicily's, listen, yo, get your boys out
I
there.
think McDonald's is open till 10. So if we really wanted to like stretch it, I think we picked Dan up at like 9:50.
Yeah.
We could have like crawled in there for a 1-star rated McDonald's cheeseburger.
I
was
can't.
like, I don't know.
Gene will always make you a hot dog.
Oh, yeah. Gene will make a hot dog. So that's what we would do during the tournaments. Hot
Gene?
tip.
Who's Gene?
Hot tip.
Where?
Okay. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to blow this up, man.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry.
well,
Is this
Maybe I
off the
shouldn't have
air
brought
thing
it up.
later?
yeah, no, I guess. Okay, so at the Salty Dog, Jean, who's the manager there,
Yeah.
you know, who's been there forever, and she's the oldest. Like she snorts when she laughs. You'll know when it's Jean when she's in there, dude. She keeps a slew of like Polish dogs that she just cooks in the microwave for the late night
Really?
boys, and she has all the condiments, dude, ketchup, mustard, all the stuff, dude. So after the hockey game, because we play hockey game like at 11 at night. You know what I'm saying? And
It's
we're like starving.
It's secret menu.
Yes, secret menu, dude.
And you don't ask
right.
for
After
more than a
11?
couple.
Yeah, you're like 2
Couple
hot
at a
dogs
time.
and 2 vodka sodas.
Perfect. That's money.
The salty dog Polish.
The Salty Dog Polish. Oh man, it's the best Polish you've ever had in your
Well,
life.
they used to
dude.
have the pickled eggs. They weren't there. That must have been like COVID got rid of them or something. They
just
always
put
had the
fingers
jar.
in there.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Because I always get them just because I know like none of my friends are always like, I don't think those are supposed to be eaten. I'm like, of course they are. They're pickled eggs, dude. Like you're gonna eat it. I'm buying it. You're gonna eat it.
Has,
Just contribute.
has anyone sold more hoodies than them?
Dude, counting the hoodies, the Salty Dog hoodies in Homer is a little game I like to play.
Everyone you know has bought
wow.
a hoodie.
Yeah.
You can
You
almost
never
do
got a
like a
hoodie from
slug
there?
bug punch.
Yeah, I don't own one at the moment, but yeah, I've had
Yeah.
one.
I wonder what they gross. in
Maybe
hoodies each.
maybe
why didn't I
Alaska
wear mine
grown
tonight, man?
Maybe Alaska grown at the fair is maybe close.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Maybe
Right
close,
there.
but I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Salty Dog, like you'll see that like traveling in airports.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a must-have.
Yeah, every Alaskan
thing.
better have
Yeah.
one in their closet, right?
Yeah, I feel like everyone has at least had one of them. I've never had the Alaska
Yeah,
grown,
I've had 2 of them.
I've never
But
had
I've
the
had
Alaska
some.
one either.
but a lot of people have those.
Yeah.
The Alaska grown? Yeah, I've never had
the
one
fair
of those
every
either.
year or whatever.
Yeah, good point. I got a high vis.
High vis.
The high vis
I had a
orange?
camel one, and it's like a camping one, like a 4-wheeling one.
I asked the bartender, the gal, the short-haired, gray-haired gal with the glasses.
Yeah.
She's the one that's just fucking talking mad shit about you guys out the door. I was like, hey, be nice. All right, there's
She served the fucking.
stankest vodka sodas. You're like, I got you a vodka soda. I was like, okay. She's instantly hammered. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
What was in that? Fuck.
I feel like it was probably Billy that set her off in our group because no matter how you pour Billy's drink, he will always say that it's like weak. Even if she was like,
That's a good
I haven't
strategy.
even put the soda in it yet.
Yeah.
he'd be like, well, the ice must have melted because it's not, or your vodka sucks. Like he just complains.
So that everyone for the rest of the night,
because he always orders double tall.
Yeah,
naturally,
and it's still
and
weak.
he expects that to be fill it to the rim, like sushi on their
That's
wine.
right.
Like
Their
fill
wine,
it to the
that's
rim
right.
to where like I'm spilling it when I grab it.
Yeah.
And no soda. I just say that because it's required or something. I don't know.
Yep.
He just wants straight vodka.
And they don't take cards, right?
Martini, man.
They only take cash.
Just cash.
Another hot tip.
Characters also.
Yeah. So not good when you're the only guy with cash. Heads up.
Sure, one of your buddies has a pocket full of cash.
Maybe, that explains a lot.
Yeah, dude. I woke up the next day like, what the fuck happened here?
It didn't help that they kept like selling the drinks and then asking for the cash. So
Yeah.
like I remember,
And
one
at characters too, they don't
Yeah.
take card either.
Yeah, none of them. How do they still do that this day and age?
Because they don't want to be on that A.I.R.S.
Oh,
We weren't open.
It works out great for me because I only have cash.
we weren't.
yeah. No,
We weren't taking drink. We weren't selling drinks at 4:30.
I might have been all you guys buying me drinks. Because I was like, man, I didn't have any charges at any place.
All of us drinks at once.
Oh, you saved a bunch of money?
No, I mean, I had a lesser wad in my pocket, but I was like, man, all the stops we made. The only thing I saw on my account for a charge was AJ's. So I was like, all right, I paid for my dinner because I was like, I wasn't sure. I was like, man, did I just like with the group and just walk off all excited and just forget and leave my shit just sitting there?
Yeah.
I was like, my card was in my wallet. I was like, all right.
Man, shout out to those restaurants though out there. AJ's, and
AJ's
the
showed
Land's
up,
End,
man.
the
AJ's,
Land's End
Land's End.
restaurant, whatever that's
Delicious.
called.
Yeah.
I mean, they just get slammed. You probably go from like, 10, 20 people a night on an average to like 400.
Especially this
They
year,
handle it down there really well. Everywhere.
yeah,
They
know what
were
they're
all
doing.
understaffed, and
Oh, you could tell that big
they
time.
kicked ass.
So I called AJ's on Thursday night. Did I tell you that on the drive down? Well, because the whole thing with the dinner.
I know. I told Alexia, I was like, we had
God,
reservation
man.
for 16. She was like, what?
Yeah. So
Why would you have 16 people at one
So
table?
JJ had us all, and then I think you guys were supposed to come, but you didn't show up because there was all these empty seats, and I'm pretty sure it was all you guys, right?
No, Brock. I thought I just assumed that we were when you asked me about that maybe we were tied in with it just because of you said JJ had all set it all up. But Brock, when Brock got down there, I was like, "Yo, are we having dinner at AJ still?" And he's like, "No, I tried to reserve it and they didn't have any rooms." I was like, "When you try to reserve it?" He's like, "Oh, like today." I was like, well, naturally, Brock, it's the tournament, and you try to like 8 hours before. Sick.
Being proactive.
Because you told us 2 days ago that you were making reservations, so I assumed that
It was all set up.
it was like one phone call past that, and we would have probably had a spot.
Well, you guys did. I mean,
Yeah, you were in there.
there was still 4 seats. I think Kyle because I had talked to Kyle, and I
That's
was
what
like, he's like, oh, I was like, we got room for 16. And I had figured you guys in there.
Yeah.
And then Brock did say when we were at the thing that you guys didn't make it. So I was like, oh, something happened. And then we got there and I realized,
Brock told us we didn't have reservations, so I was like, oh, well, then.
Yeah, and I talked to you guys at the dock. I'm like, hey, you guys coming to dinner? And you're like, I think so. I don't know. I was like, well, I'm pretty sure it's 16 dudes. Like, you guys got to be included in that group.
Yeah,
That's a lot of people.
we should have gone, but
Well, I call
Yeah,
so Thursday I call AJ's because so Jack was on the reservation committee, if you will, with Justin, with JJ.
Yeah.
So I didn't know it was set up. So I was like, hey, Jack, is this thing set up? He's like, oh, I'm waiting to hear from somebody or something. It's like, well, just in case, I'm going to make a 4-man reservation for me, Eric, Josh, and my brother, Dan. Well, Josh backs out, right? So then Jack texts and is like, hey, I canceled your reservation and added you to Justin and Ivana's. Is it Ivana?
yeah.
And we have 16, and I was like, oh shit, okay, like that's a lot of people in a small restaurant, but they obviously, if they took it, they can handle it. So I was like, whatever. So just this like gut feeling in me was like, I better call just to make sure, because they also took my credit card for my reservation.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I want to make sure mine's reserved or cut off, because if they haven't, now they have a 4 table that they can give somebody last minute, right? Because somebody will be calling for a table, right? Yeah. So I call Bill. Well, Bill, shout out to Bill, which you're actually kind of rude, but it's all good, Bill, because I know you guys are busy. I said, Bill, who is this? You know, and he's already irritated because I called. Yeah. Because they have an online order and everything, and like a phone call's obviously like a pain in the ass. So I'm like, oh shit, he's already irritated. I called him. Hey man, I just want to confirm this like 16 tables, and he's like, all right. And he's like, oh hell, yeah, you talked to me. He's like, you made this 16-seat reservation, and you turned my dining room into a nosedive. I was like, oh man, you didn't talk to me. You actually talked to Jack, but I'm going to take this one. So anyway, I confirm the 16, then I confirm he cancels mine, and then all at the end, he's like, so are you going to show up or not?
That's what he said.
Yes. I said, yes, we are.
Show up and we're
really
order
excited to come to the
27
restaurant.
double martinis.
I was like, I swear we'll be there. And he's like, all right, click. I was like,
I love it.
okay, you know what? He's already irritated that he has to do 16 tables tomorrow night, or was it Friday? Friday night, yeah. I thought that was funny. I was like, I didn't need to call.
Yeah,
but, you know, he didn't have my credit card anymore.
But you want to know because there's not that many places to eat.
I just didn't want to roll in there and be
very limited.
Oh yeah,
that place has always served us well, and we've always come in like that. You know, it'll be
big
after
group
a hockey game, and it'll be 12 of us. And
well, you figure that's like a I don't know $2,000 dinner, you know, for all those people probably. So
I still gotta get JJ back. I think I just left with you guys.
Up and walked. So you're saying we sat at the wrong table? We should have sat at JJ's table?
I don't think you know, it wasn't intentional. I just kind of wandered off.
I didn't know all those the dudes were bringing their wives and their girlfriends and stuff. I was like,
no, that wasn't why. It was his girl and then like her friends and a doctor buddy that he was bringing up or something like that, and and all those guys.
Yeah, it was just like,
how did JJ's boat do? Did they catch anything?
Nothing.
Whose boat was he on?
They had chartered a boat.
Oh, okay.
He didn't want to say the name, but we found where they were, and they weren't catching nothing.
Okay. Was it Captain Shane?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know who it was.
I had to ask. He's pretty.
He didn't want to reveal the name, actually.
Yeah.
Who it was, and probably better for the not because they didn't catch anything.
Yeah.
But we didn't either.
No, I went out with a captain on a charter the day after Thanksgiving. Brutal cold, gnarly spray. Like the most miserable fishing trip ever, but we caught 3 king. It was pretty sick.
That's why they do the Winter King tournament in the spring.
There'd be like 20 boats in November.
Yeah.
If you did, then.
They actually I want to give a shout out to Captain Josh. This guy that when I first started Winter King fishing, we'd always rent out the boat. It was called the Huntress for them. And they gave out like an award for him. He passed away this past year. Yeah. Rest in peace to him and all that. But he was like an amazing captain. He was the one that kind of got us into
he's an animal.
Winter King fishing. And Kelsey Diamond was the one was like, you got to go with this guy. And so we would just like book out the boat in October. And we would go do it the end of October when it was like super hot, and he would show us all the spots and do all the fishing. And then we booked him one time again for the Derby, and you know, we did well that year. We didn't win or nothing, but we caught some fish. But I noticed that they had like some sort of award for him.
Yeah, they gave out a deal. He was good friends with James and Aaron and all of them.
Yeah,
pretty well.
Yeah, he was a rad dude, and he would tell us all about his snow machining trips, that he would like put the shit in the boat and go across and go.
Yeah, they go across Soldovia.
Yeah, dude, he was a really, really man. I wish what was his last name.
I think Aaron was trying to line us up one year to go down there, and he's on the landing craft or whatever, and just stack sleds on the front with the crane, and then go over and then
it looks nasty over there.
I guess
riding
it's
up
super.
there.
I've never done it, but I guess it's really good.
You could see it from the bay. It
looks awesome.
That looks so fucking badass up there.
It'd be cool just
past the trees.
The views, just for even if the riding wasn't good, just to get up top and then just like look down on all the views would be amazing.
Yeah, it looks pretty. Like it looks pretty windblown, but if you catch it like right when it falls before the wind gets it. And I'm sure those boys down there that know it, like, time it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Have a boat ready and the whole nine. And
I mean, it's crazy.
Josh was his name?
Super good.
Josh, yeah. Man, I want to say Turner. Can't think of his name, man. It'll come to me what his name was.
Was he a rider too?
I think so. Snowboarder.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
All those. There's a lot of good snowboarders come out of Homer, which is so crazy because it's like
all places, right?
pretty much like riding little hills.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful.
A lot.
Yeah.
Let's give a quick shout out to the sponsors. We'll come right back, huh?
Go for it. Yeah.
Yep.
Barney Sports Chalet, supplying hunters with the best hand-selected gear since 1963. Barney specializes in supplying hunters with the absolute best Alaskan-proven gear on the market for some of nature's most rugged and demanding terrain. Whether you're headed to the remote volcanic islands of the Alaska Peninsula in search of a brown bear, or the shale-infested glacial valleys of the Brooks Range for Dall sheep, it is critical you choose the right gear for your dream hunt. Don't miss Barney's exclusive brand, Frontier Gear of Alaska, tested from the high mountains of Tajikistan to the extreme conditions of Alaska. These products were designed for high performance and durability. Frontier Gear was derived from decades of experience hunting big game in Alaska. Paired with other top brands, it provides you the absolute best gear selection anywhere in the world. Stop in at Barney Sports Chalet in Anchorage on Northern Lights or check out their custom website and reference tool at barneysports.com.
Arbor Digital, based in Anchorage, Alaska, is your go-to wealth management company. Arbor Digital is at the forefront of digital assets and cryptocurrencies. If you've been looking to invest your hard-earned money or just want to learn more about crypto, blockchain technology, or digital investments, give their website, acminc.com, a visit. What's great about Arbor is they provide a low-cost, transparent, research-based investment strategy for digital assets and traditional investments as well. acminc.com is your first step in putting your money to work. Let one of Arbor's investment professionals walk you through your options for financial growth and security. Start investing for the future today at acminc.com. Arbor Digital, your Alaskan digital asset company.
Total Truck and Alaska Overlander, Alaska's premier supplier for custom automotive accessories and overlanding products, providing all-inclusive rental vehicles and trailers custom outfitted to explore the Alaskan backcountry with a unique and convenient traveling experience. At Total Truck, you can find brands such as A.R.E., RSI Smart Caps, Goose Gear, iCamper, Front Runner, Rigid Lights, Rhino Linings bed liners, and everything you need to outfit your truck or SUV. Alaska Overlander provides 4x4 vehicles and expedition trailers, custom modified for Alaskan adventures and outfitted with rooftop tents, fridges, and all the camping and cooking gear you need to start exploring. Visit them at alaskaoverlander.com.
It may be made by Dramamine.
Yeah, what were you saying, CJ? What was it called?
I've always heard it pronounced Bonine.
Bonine?
Yeah, Bonine. Bonine, I think.
Yeah, I was saying benign.
Yeah, it could be pronounced differently, but I've heard Bonine, and it keeps me from getting motion sick. It doesn't have any of the like ill effects of Dramamine.
Yeah,
because Dramamine messes me up.
And it's like you drink it?
No, it's just a little tablet.
Oh,
you chew it. You
dissolves?
Eat it up. You can swallow it. Yeah, it dissolves. I've heard you could take it the night before. I usually take it about an hour or so before I get on the boat, and I haven't had a problem since I started taking it.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, look it up real quick because actually you were
right
suggesting that all weekend. I will say it doesn't work once you've thrown up.
Yeah.
Doesn't work then.
Someone needs to make that.
Nothing works.
Everything's like a pre.
Yeah, they need the one that's like, you're
treat
throwing
motion
up?
sickness and vertigo. Vertigo is what I said the equilibrium was.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Vertigo.
Yeah, it has to do with it anyway.
And it's crazy because I go out in the sound all the time, and I never, maybe once in a great while when we're way out in on Montague or outside of Montague in the open swells, I can start to get like a little bit of it, but it doesn't take 30 minutes run in and get into a passage or something, and it's like, boom, goes away.
Yeah.
Out there, this is the fourth fucking time I've had Ketchimak Bay, Homer Waters make me feel just a certain way. Like, not full puke, but just, I thought it was bulletproof on the salt, man. And like, it just.
Me too, man. I got 6
Homer
Homer
just kicks my ass, man.
Josh Brooks,
that's right.
That was his
I'm going
name.
to give a shout out to
Well, you
Peter
remember
and his dad.
his
'cause they're the
sister
ones
worked
who
at
told
F
me
Street.
about that.
His sister did?
Yeah. For a long
Josh's dad told you about?
No,
Sarah.
my buddy Peter and My buddy Peter and his dad are the ones who told me about
okay.
Bonine, so I'm going to give them credit for that.
Did you look it up? How to spell it?
Bonine. Bonine.
Bonine. Bonine.
Sure.
Benign. Anyway, that worked really good.
Yeah.
I know that the doctor dude that was with JJ was asking for it. I don't know if you found it, but you said you can only find it in certain places?
No, I think I get it at Walgreens.
At Walgreens?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it's sold over the counter pretty much all over.
I want to talk about how the same family won the tournament 2 years in a row.
The Marleys?
Is that what they're called?
Oh, was it their kid that won it last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Their other kid won it this year.
They won like 90 grand.
Yeah. 100,000. I thought my brother said 103.
Yeah, had to be up there.
Yeah.
They won all the good side bets.
Yeah. They have a strategy on top of a 27-pounder. That's a nice king.
7 pounds bigger than second place.
Yeah. Just crushed it.
Better X-ray it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, how much water they
got
pump into that?
Caught it like last weekend and shit. Just pumped it.
Oh, look, balls deep on it.
Filled it with mercury.
Okay, so the initial award was $38,000 for Weston Marley, 27-pound king. And then with all the side bets, you said it was like 90 or 100?
103 is what my brother added up.
Yeah, they got a lot on side bets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because if it's a kid, he wins all the
youth ones.
Yeah.
Just cleaned up, dude. Full cleanup. Full cleanup. Did you guys put down in the side bets?
A couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went on the 300 and just split it.
Well, we
And I
figured
think
out
the
that you
200,
got
I
to do
think.
the lower ones actually pay more because more people
Yeah.
enter them. Like the
We went
100,
to the
125,
odds.
150s, like
Yeah.
where it's at.
We did odds instead. And I was like, I think you just do maybe 3 of the lower ones.
Yeah, I'm not.
Wait, go down to kayak.
Man, I was looking for kayaks out there.
Oh,
Was
there was a kayaker that we seen going out there,
Okay.
but he didn't win anything, or he didn't catch one, so that's why.
if he caught one and we didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Side tourney.
Okay, so the fly dough was the boat.
Flido's the one that
Yeah,
you
so
know,
they start winning. See,
you start stacking
now
that
the
cash.
100, the 125, and the 150 pay out big time. 13, 10.
Fly dough.
Yep. Cleaned up.
Well, good for them, and good for the kid that supposedly caught it.
Well, and I have to wonder.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
obviously, there's a lot of luck involved with any harvesting of a wild fish or animal. They're locals, right? They live in Homer, I think.
I mean,
Isn't
yeah,
the
I
dad
think,
like
I think
the
they were,
dentist or
right?
something?
Yeah, I heard the dad was a dentist.
Yeah.
So they know the waters. They fish it. Imagine if you fished that style enough that you like find patterns and colors and tactics and depths and certain weather and things that you like. Oh, when it was this kind of weather, this time of the day, in this time of the year, we went at this depth, or maybe they went to a certain area to find fish.
They might just fish that week and just know where the fish are at.
Right.
I mean, that's the
I mean, I feel like if you know what you're doing enough, that maybe some strategy can help this derby, right?
Yeah. I wonder what. I wish it
I imagine
posted what
we had
time.
zero strategy and we're pretty much just rolling on.
Yeah,
like,
we're just like, yeah,
probably gonna get lucky.
fucking.
Feeling it. Kyle said he had a dream.
I told you guys how we chose our area, right?
Oh yeah, walk us through that.
So we're pulling out of the harbor, and the boats are all gone. We were out like an hour and a half early, so we were doing good, and there were still shit tons of boats ripping before that. So I was like, oh man, I thought we were early. So we get out, and we're just about to exit the harbor, and Eric looks behind, and he's like, there's this dude in his Thunderjet, and he's like, I kind of know that dude. He's been posting pictures on Facebook. He's been killing the Kings last week, 3 weekends in a row. I was like, fuck yeah, follow that guy. So we're just like, go over here, go over there, the bluff, the bay, the blah, blah, blah. I was like,
Poor guy couldn't shake you guys all day.
and my brother and Eric just want to go to the bluffs. I'm like, man, everybody fucking goes there. Screw the bluffs. And Eric's like, but the north wind. I'm like, yeah, I know, but it can't be that bad. It's 10 knots. Sea's 2 feet. No, that's over by the bluffs. So anyway, we rip over with dude, and there's a couple guides, and we get over there, and there's like 60 boats over there. So we're like, all right, cool. Like, never been to Seldovia area, never fished that point.
Supposedly that, like, what's that called over there?
The point was
Like
on the damn graph.
Peekaboo or
Just past Seldovia on the left side.
yeah,
There's a
supposedly
point that comes out right there.
that's where Aaron's dad likes to head that direction.
Mm-hmm.
This was the first time I'd ever fished the Bluffs area. We'd always gone whenever I fished it with Aaron's dad and Aaron. We always went towards Seldovia, and I guess that's where everyone
About 20
says
miles or
those
so?
fish are usually a little bigger.
It's much prettier over there.
Yeah, definitely a good view. I mean, as far as being able to look at the mountainsides and all that fresh pow and everything that you see.
When you come out of the harbor, Seldovia is like
Shoot.
like to the right but left.
If you're
hug
going,
that
if
left
you
side?
curve out and then you got the bluffs on your right, and then
on the
Seldovia
left.
goes on the left,
Yeah.
you just kind of edge it and
Okay.
cut across. You can go straight to the point. You kind of just pass the Seldovia
Gotcha.
Bay.
And what was the other way left? That some dude was a glacier or something. To the left, we went that way one year. Me and my father-in-law.
Over by Yukon Island, so just straight across.
No, like off. You would go straight across
Halibut
and to the
Cove.
left. Yeah. Okay, that way.
Yeah,
It's like Halibut
Bear
Cove,
Cove or something. I
China
want to say.
Pool,
Bear Cove is up in the
Otter
bay
Cove,
more.
Okay,
Otter Cove.
Yeah, so you would come out of the harbor and go straight out
gotcha.
Say-
into the
Cove,
head,
a lot
and
over
then
there.
yeah, Bear's like that second or third one right there.
Well, this is one of the first years they didn't have a boundary, right?
Yeah, they did.
I thought they didn't have
on the
boundaries
Cook
here.
Inlet side, so you can only go so far around by the bluffs, and then there was a marker.
Oh, there was.
It must have probably got like close to like Anchor. It was probably edging towards Anchor, and then there was like a boundary
it's past
line.
Anchor, but yeah.
You might be
there's-
able to pull it up online. Dan found it. There was a
I think it's technically like when you're pulling into like Cook Inlet waters. right?
yeah, because it ran all the way across Cook Inlet. Like you couldn't fish.
Yeah, because
All
it
the way
becomes
across.
a different fishery.
Yep.
Because these salmon they're not really Alaskan salmon.
Yeah, they're not feeders. They're
They're
just
like
migrate through
Washington.
there.
Yeah, they're like Washington State.
Yeah.
I think they've done genetics on them.
British
The Winter
Columbia, I
Kings,
thought.
yeah, they just feed here. They don't return to any rivers in Alaska.
Oh, they do have a line. Okay, so it's from Anchor Point
There it is.
to
To Chitna.
Chitna Bay.
Yep.
Does anyone go way out here?
It's just too far.
Yeah,
For the time.
Aaron ran across there last year.
Oh, that's right. I remember him saying that.
Yeah, they went way across.
Way out here to across.
I mean,
to
you'd
Augustine.
lose a lot of fishing time. But if you knew we were going to go get fish,
You could go early and just start.
oh,
there.
that's true. You go way early, or even go over there the night before and spend the night or something.
Well, have you seen Aaron's dad's boat?
Oh, we gotta talk about that, man. The Double
No.
Eagle.
I think.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
think-
okay.
saw the
So
hats.
I ran into Aaron
like
at
45
Duncan's.
in pretty not flat water.
That thing's nasty, dude.
Yeah, it's
That is a
gross.
beautiful boat.
Yeah.
The Double Eagle.
Just marked out.
Oh yeah, James Bond style.
Oh yeah, he's a really nice guy. I ran into him at Duncan's.
Scott
He's with was it Scott or Aaron?
or Aaron? They're both.
He had his whole family.
Oh, Aaron.
Aaron, yeah, super nice guy.
Yeah.
He like came to me. He's like, "Oh, what's up, man?" I'd met him at I think the sheep.
Yep.
Was he at the Wild Sheep Foundation?
Yep.
That's where I met him. Okay, another
See
kind
if
of
I
blur.
can pull it up. I thought he had a picture of it up here.
Homers. That's the dude. Yeah.
That was Pat.
It was just on his story. I feel like the Double Eagle should have its own.
It's on
on Instagram page.
He might have a picture. Scroll down and check it out.
His dad. I think his dad is actually.
It's definitely on the Bay Whale Instagram.
Oh, it
yeah,
is?
It's their video. Yeah, they got like a drone footage of it, like promotion video for Baywell.
Yeah,
I mean, there's like little pictures, but not like.
Like yeah, like in the harbor. There's
It's
the
it's so nasty, dude. It's all joystick. Like you can like pull up to the fuel dock and just joystick and like it manipulates both.
there it is
rear
right there is
motors,
a
like,
picture.
opposite.
He's got the steering wheel and the joystick right there. Yeah, that is a beautiful setup. Did you guys say did they get fish?
They got one, but I think Aaron said they didn't even take it in to get weighed. He said it was like 10 pounds.
Yeah, I think Pat texted Jack early on said that he caught one at like 9:15.
Yeah, they caught it
really
right
early?
out of the
Yeah.
gate. They caught
Oh,
it right out of
wow.
the gate.
Cool. Right on.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, super nice guy, beautiful family.
Go to,
They were all
go to the
Duncans there.
Bayweld Instagram.
Bayweld?
We can look at a little boat porn.
Is it this one?
That's it. Yeah.
There's some nice boats, man. There's actually some funny names. I think the favorite is Balls Deep.
Yeah. Balls Deep's a good one.
Jack's boat, the Deep Insider, is
Yeah.
pretty funny too.
I
That's
had,
it right there.
I had a buddy, his boat was called the Bender, so that way when he was on the radio, he could say the Bender over.
There it is.
The Bender over.
Be like,
Okay, there it is. Yeah. Damn, that thing is nasty.
That little fishing platform is pretty tight.
This is
Yeah,
attention
where
to
you can
detail.
open
And
that
he's
up on
like,
the back. Yeah, it's a beauty, isn't it?
oh, this little back part with the motors that are on the both sides of it.
It's got a massive deck on it.
massive.
Man.
The fish holds are huge,
Yeah.
like freshwater.
They got one, didn't they?
Yeah, they got small, like 10, 11-pound king.
Double eagle.
Thing about the locals is they don't have to deal with all the first of the year boat problems.
Oh man, I wanted to get into that.
The boat problems.
'Cause we had a little minor thing.
What do you mean boat problem? People have boat problems?
We had like a minor thing, which I was like, all right, man, like here we go. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna tow this like 15,000-pound boat or whatever it is down to Homer. It's like we gotta have something go wrong. Let it be right at the beginning at home.
That's what
in the
happened to us.
driveway.
We had a trailer issue we had to
Oh, this year too?
deal with real quick.
Did everybody have a little thing?
I mean,
Does
it's
it?
the first
Everyone
time. Yeah, it's the way.
Yeah, man.
Let's walk
snow
through what
comes
happened to
off.
you.
Ours was quick. So you know Eric has an issue getting that damn kingfisher on the trailer.
Okay.
You remember that? So you came out this summer, right? And remember how? So Cropper had it set up so the puller was like below the loop.
Okay.
All right, so it was like he made it easier, and Eric didn't like that because you don't have a safety chain hooked to the boat when you're pulling it out of the off
Gotcha.
the ramp. So I was just relying on the strap, and so Eric's like, "Nah, I want like the chain on there." Even
Yeah.
though if that boat starts sliding off, I kind of think it's just gonna like bink, like
Yeah.
just break everything off. So anyway, he returns it true, and ever since then he's had a problem with the boat being too close to the crank. So once he would get the bow up, it would be like he couldn't
you
crank
couldn't
because
crank
it hit the
anymore.
bow, right? So then he gets an electric setup on it where you got to hook to like a car battery, so it's like an electric winch. Now that's badass. I'll get some video on that and like show you guys. Like anybody with a big ocean boat should have that setup. It is like the way to go. So rewind. He needs to move the entire winch crank like post forward on the tongue of the trailer.
Got it. Cut it,
You
move
imagine
it
the
forward.
tongue. This is up. He needs to move it forward.
Gotcha.
And then he's got to like hook the boat up and like hit the brake and hope that the boat like comes forward because you can't pull a dry boat on with that winch, right?
Yeah.
So he oiled up the bolts the night before, which is really smart. So oil soaked them to get them, lubed up. But then they wouldn't budge, dude. So it was full torch, fucking, breaker bar, trying to get the nuts loose on the U-bolts
yeah.
that hold the fucking.
Oh, you're
winch
trying to
post
slide
up.
it forward.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
So we're fighting that, and we get them all loosened up, and then we got two sluggos.
The night before the Derby.
No, the day we were leaving. The night before, pretty much. An hour before we're supposed to hit the highway.
Yeah, of course.
It's like we gotta move the boat forward. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, cool. Hope this all goes smooth. So we end up using like little sledgehammers and blocks of woods, and we get it all loose, and we fucking knock that thing forward like a good inch and a half, and hooks it up, and we go to crank that last fucking U-bolt down, break that fucking thing.
Snap the U-bolt?
Yeah, the back one. So it's got like one in the front, a second in the middle, then the spare tire carrier is in between, in a little like sleeve between. So then he's got like those two, that set of U-bolts, and then two more. So he's got like 4 U-bolts, 8 nuts, all there. So everything's going good in that last fucking thing. Cranking it on, dude, just clean, just breaks off. And I'm like, it'll probably be good with just the 3, but he's like, no, we should get another one. I'm like, yeah, we're in town. It's Thursday. So I go run to one boat. I go to run to Trailer Craft. They have one that's too thick. I'm like, oh no, like this has got to be an easy thing to find. He's like, go to Boatworks of Alaska. Run over to Boatworks of Alaska. Dude doesn't stock them. He like goes in the back and just finds one, sells it to me for $5. It's too long though, so it's like, it's going to come up too much and then the nut won't secure.
Got it.
So he ended up coming back and he's like, well, we'll cut it. And I'm like, no. Let's just get a 2x4 under the trailer. So now there's a spacer between the U-bolt, so it shortens it.
Got it.
So we like had to use a freaking 2x4 and he's like super pissed because he's got this beautiful boat and this beautiful trailer. And then we're using like a fucking 2x4 now. And so his pride is like, what the fuck? He's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, it's like, I know it's kind of a Band-Aid, dude. We'll get another U-bolt later. Come to find out, Alaska Spring makes them, so you can take them in. They'll actually make you one. I was like, you should just go make extras. And so we got it all bolted up, bumped the boat forward, fucking got to gird it. It was still kind of like bouncing on the wheel a little bit. And then so we just ran a ratchet strap on the bow. And I was like, well, if we got extras, those will probably snap on the way down on the Frosties. We'll throw another strap on it. And that was it, though, as far as like –
No.
Well, I mean, as far as that part,
day one.
Oh no! Hold on. That's boat problems on the way down.
No, that's trailer problems.
Trailer problems.
We ain't got to the boat problems yet.
Got to the boat problems. Since we're on pre-departure problems, we'll just stay on this track here, and then we'll circle back to when we're on our way home, because that's a whole other animal, right? Yeah. There's the boat, there's the trailering it down, there's the getting the boat off the trailer in the water and figuring things out, getting back on the trailer and back home and figuring things out. So there's a 3-phase fucking process that things can go really south.
CJ, what happened with the Cider?
Ours was relatively easy. We just noticed that it was one of the rollers, kind of at the bottom of the prow of the boat.
Where the keel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Had the weld had snapped. And so it was the bottom of the boat was resting on this little piece of plastic that was sticking up out of the trailer and was almost down to the metal. So we jacked it up. There was someone had a big car jack at Double Shovel. So we just got a block,
like a 3-ton.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jacked up the boat, cut a piece of like the thick, like butcher block style plastic.
Oh, like cutting board style?
Yeah, but, thicker. I forget what it's called. Jack would know. Drilled some holes in that, strapped it down, and that worked.
So it was at Jake's house, the boat was?
Yeah.
You get it hooked up, have to drag it over to Double Shovel.
We took it over to Double Shovel. We noticed it at Double Shovel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had a whole operation where we were taking the stanchion arm, or, the old...
the old like pot puller?
Pot puller off.
Oh, okay.
Which, wasn't heavy, but it was so... We ended up using a forklift, and it was
to break it loose, because it was
to break it loose and pull it out, because, it's like 2 feet of, down in that hole, and so...
And it gets all crusted and metal to metal, and...
So, and so as we were doing that, it was kind of pulling the boat up a little, too, as we were getting it up...
breaking it loose,
and so we went around and we checked, and we noticed that had happened. I don't know if it happened then or happened earlier, but that was our fix. And then after that, I don't think we had many other boat problems.
Nope, not
Those
on
guys
the way there.
keep a tight ship.
Well, except for the tire on the way back, I thought.
Yeah, well, the trailer, we had a flat on the way back,
Okay.
but that we
Again,
like literally
that's on the way
like
home.
we literally ran over like something getting gas in Soldotna.
Yeah.
Oh, whack.
So just like you just hear it. We're literally in the gas station.
Oh, okay.
So it was perfect, like the best place ever to like get a
gotcha.
flat, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just pulled over to the side. We still went to Taco Bell first.
Let's get some dinner first.
We need 36 tacos, please. I mean, those guys got a boost in Soldotna.
Yeah, so that definitely gets a boost.
Yeah, they get a big boost. All those Fred Meyer's gas station, Taco Bell. Support it.
What's up with you, Chad? You guys had a fun situation.
Yeah, we we dug the boat out of the snowbank, and
What day was this?
Wednesday.
Okay. So you're being proactive. I mean, there was some.
Wednesday we dug it out and we took the wrapping off of it and just like looked it over, made sure that all the like antennas and stuff were there and the wires weren't busted from when they wrapped it. James said last year they had jacked up his like Garmin stuff when they wrapped it.
Like too tight.
Something they didn't. I think they just didn't put any wood up there to hold it, and then in the wind or whatever. So made sure all that was good.
What kind of boat is it? Does he have?
It's a 22
sea unicorn.
foot.
What was the name? The sea horse. Sea unicorn.
It was supposed to be. I told him to register it as the double seagull. I think he pushed out. Because I told Aaron, I was like, dude, Aaron told his dad, and Scott was laughing his ass off.
Dude,
but I think James was too scared to do it, so he went with like the crusty sea.
He told me something unicorn.
I liked the down Ass Riggerz.
Well, James is.
Is everyone uncomfortable with me saying that?
No, not at all. We had Kyle on the boat. We were good.
Kyle, Eric's
the
like
down
Eric's
Ass
like,
Riggerz.
They're gonna be the down Ass Riggerz. I'm like, oh my god, that is the best.
Kyle
that would
was
probably
down.
go toe to toe with balls deep. Like
Kyle was down for it,
Or the
but
butthole.
James's wife.
I didn't see
James's
that one on
wife
the
was
water.
like,
butthole,
no,
yeah.
no way. She's like, I'm putting my foot down. You are not calling it that.
That is
way.
a great name. Though.
She's like, I have a law firm to run. You cannot do that. Like, no. She's like, no. Kyle was like, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
down.
have the decals made right now. They told me that in the dog, and I was like, oh.
You're gonna get canceled.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you're done.
Homer Derby, man. The boat names, right?
But we unwrapped it, got it all looking good. He only had one downrigger mounted, and then he had a new downrigger that's his buddy gave him. And then the mount that he had on his boat for that one was like a male version, and we needed the female version. So we had to go to a couple stores to find that.
Yeah.
We mounted that. Then it didn't have he has like a Canon downrigger, but the plugs on his boat are like Scotty.
Oh, they're not universal.
No, they're not.
So we had to go and like.
Oh, they're not. The Scotty has like the.
It's a terrible
Scotty's
system.
whack.
Scotty's
Cannon's
Canon.
Yeah, I'll explain how whack it is while we were fishing when that got torn out. Because it's like a plug-in and it's like it sticks out far.
Yep.
And it's just like a twist-in plug.
Yeah.
But it sticks way out. So if they're mounted on the side, you're fishing there. It's unavoidable to hit it. And they don't you're like trying to go up and down and it's connections coming loose. And you got to like wiggle it. It's not a good system. It should either just be hardwired in and then you do the plug somewhere else. But anyway, then we thought we were good. So then the following day we're going to leave Thursday and we go and now we pull the boat out and we get it out. We go about, I don't know, a couple 100 yards, like do the walk around now that we're not in the snowbank anymore. And the one wheel's kind of leaning a bit. And I was like, man, James was like, yeah, that don't look right. So he like wiggles it. Didn't really wiggle. I was like, well, it's not going to wiggle. It's like 10,000 pounds.
You gotta
on
lift
it.
it up,
I was like, so he was like, well, maybe we should run by Trailer Craft real quick and like see if they can take a look at it. Like, okay, it's right down the road. We're on like C Street.
Yeah.
So we just go down C Street, half a mile. We pull in there and I get out and I'm like, yeah,
Just smoking.
that's done. I was like, James was like, he goes to touch it. I was like, do not touch that. That is like just shot glowing red right now. Like when I got out of the truck, there was smoke coming off that.
Just leave fingerprints right on it.
That's definitely done. So the guy comes out and he's like, oh yeah, your axle's probably shot. James is like, how fast could we change that? He's like, oh, we can probably change it pretty fast, but it's going to be about 12 weeks to get one in.
Oh no.
So we're like, shit. So I was like,
12 weeks.
James is like, well, I have
Summer
all the
over?
bearing stuff to like replace it, like the bearings. I was
Yeah.
like, well, if your axle's not ground into, then it'll be fine. If it is ground into, we can still just repack it and it'll run a bit.
Yeah.
To while you're waiting for that axle. So then we call Sean Foley, and he's like, he got the diesel shop. He's like, I got a guy that's about to get off. Let me call him. Calls him, and the guy's like, yeah, I'll do it. So he does all 4 wheels for us that night.
Oh, really?
He's like, I'd probably get it done in a couple hours. Then it turns into like longer.
Yeah.
And then James is like, it's too late, dude. I don't want to get down there at like 1 a.m. I'm like, well, I don't really care. Like, we're going to be driving in the dark, whether we leave tomorrow at 6 a.m. or we leave tonight.
Yeah.
So your call. And he was like, let's do it in the morning. So we leave in the morning. He shows up at my house to grab me. And he's like walking around the trailer and he's like, huh? I was like, huh, what? I was like, axles are good, right? He's like, yeah. I don't have trailer lights. I was like, checking the plug. He's like, I was like, dude, I don't know what's wrong, but ain't nothing open. So I guess we're going to fix these in Soldana. So we drive to Soldana, get there. We go in like Napa and I just get some like temporary magnet ones.
Yeah.
But the cord won't reach. It's not long enough. So then I buy wire and
Rewire it.
I rewire it and get it in like a bag of zip ties to zip tie everything on there, like more permanent style. Then we're good. So all good. Get down there, no problem. Then launch the boat. Kyle and Brock, or no.
Did you guys go Saturday, launch the boat?
Nope, Friday.
Friday you launched the
James
boat.
and I launched the boat on Friday.
Yeah, you got
When
down
we
there in
got
the morning?
there. Yeah.
Okay.
We just put it in the water just to make sure. And then started it up and all that. I was like, do you hook a battery charger to the batteries? He's like, mm-mm. I was like, well, they're marine batteries. I turn the batteries on. It fires up, no problem.
Oh, thank
that's
God.
nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Thought
then,
for sure you're going to tell me you had dead batteries.
nope. So then it got canceled, or then we meet up with everyone. We're like getting situated in the hotel and all that. And following day,
Where'd you guys stay?
Yeah, where did you stay?
Aspen?
you know John Stallone?
Yeah.
I guess his mom owns this place. I don't know what it's
The
called.
Darka?
I forget what it was called. No, but it wasn't far from you guys or from AJ's.
Beluga?
It's these little, it's like ATCO buildings, it looks like. There's like
Oh,
two
yeah,
strips
yeah,
of them.
yeah.
They're blue. One's like on the water, one's like back here. They weren't even open yet for the
okay.
year. They kind of
You guys just
did a deal
John-
for Brock.
Yeah.
But it was cool.
Nice.
That was it for trailer problems.
Trailer's only phase one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so that was our other issues ended up, I would say, contributed to our early departure of the Derby. That's why I said we drove all the way down to Homer, dragged that giant boat, and stayed there for 3 nights to fish for 4 hours. I tell people that, and they're like, wait, what? I'm like, it wasn't our intention.
What time do you guys get in the water on Sunday?
7:15.
Oh, so you're in.
Yeah, we did good. We did good. Yeah.
You did real good. We woke up at 7:15.
Yeah, when we were pulling out, we saw the boat, and I was like, "Man, boys, better wake up soon." Like,
Oh, us?
yeah.
And we still dropped right on time at 9.
Yeah, I was like, they probably didn't party last night though, because I didn't hear from you guys, and your dinner got pushed.
Nah, dude, we were in bed by
Yeah,
10. I was
dunzo.
watching those UFC highlights.
Yeah,
It's dunzo.
Those are nice.
I mean, the intention was to go fishing on Friday. Okay, that was the whole reason why we went down Thursday.
Yeah.
We were going to put the boat we were going to get down there. So we were supposed to get down there Thursday earlier, but the boat thing, the trailer thing, was about a 2-hour derail, which put us there a little later than we wanted to for launching the boat. Friday when we got up, it was just full storm. Yeah, because you guys put the boat in the water in that shit too, in that wind.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, okay. All right, yeah.
Yeah, we got down.
Yeah, I just got to thinking about that. Like, wait, you put your boat in the water Friday.
And then James had to do about 5 laps to find a parking spot. because nobody was out in their boat. So we had find a transient parking spot.
Yeah.
So he's just like putting around in that wind. It's cold as shit.
Just fighting the
And
wind
I'm
with
up
his
there.
boat,
I'm just
trying
up
not to
there
hit
waiting.
shit.
I'm just waiting for him. Like find a spot, and then like.
Did you think you were going to get in the water too? Or was you planning to
No,
fish
because it
Friday?
was rough. But that was our intention of going down Thursday, same as you. James and I were going to take the boat out on Friday before everyone else got down there.
Yep.
And just like shake it out a bit.
Shake it
Make
out.
sure the downriggers
We'll
were
shake
working
down.
and all that. Because James hasn't really run downriggers. I don't know a ton about that.
Yeah, it takes practice.
Yeah, I don't fish ocean stuff very often. So, I mean, I've used downriggers like fishing for silvers out of like Seward before,
Yeah.
and then with Aaron's dad. But when you're on, that's different. That's just different.
It's always new.
Like
It's
his
always
shit's
new
like
and different.
It's all set up in juicy.
his stuff is like super nice. You just
the
hit
double
switch.
eagle, not the double
Yeah,
seagull.
like you just hit the switch. You just hit the switch and it works. And his dad's like got everything rigged and you're like whatever. And I'm like YouTube and shit.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm like,
Trying to make it work.
apparently I'm gonna have to be because James has got to run his boat. So that means I'm the deckhand.
Yeah.
So that means I'm like, what gear do you guys? What kind of lures do you guys want to run? And they're like, huh?
I'm sick.
So I'm like, cool. And on top of that, we literally Brock got all this set up with James.
Yeah.
I was just planning on trying to get on the double eagle. And so I was like, when they told me about this and Brock sent the text and was like, all right, here's our crew. I was like, is this really happening? Because I'm going to probably turn down,
The double-
fishing like a nice
on a
nice
yacht?
day. So I don't want to like miss out on anything here. And he's like, no, we're doing it. And I was like, and it was supposed to be Dave Gonzalez was supposed to be with too, and he backed out. Thank
man.
God,
Yeah.
You guys had a big
because I've
crew
been
then.
on James's boat before, and
Yeah.
I think it's a Skagit, 22-foot Skagit. I don't know a lot about
Aluminum
boats.
or
No,
it's a glass boat.
yeah, it's nice. It's just small.
Okay.
It's
Outboard
super
or
nice.
inboard?
Outboard.
Okay.
It's super nice. It's just small.
Yeah.
And
5 of you on there.
and Brock and Billy and Big Kyle are the 3 biggest dudes I know. And then Dave Gonzalez would be 4th biggest dude I know.
Just 1,600 pounds of man in that
Yeah.
boat.
I mean, it's 900 with Billy, like no exaggeration. That's 900 pounds of dudes.
Yeah,
Those 3.
there's some hosses.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know Brock was so big. I haven't really seen him in person that
Yeah,
close.
they're all
I was
like
oh, shit, this
6'3"
dude's a
and
fucking
up.
Hoss.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
boys.
And they were like, we were pulling out of the harbor, and I'm up with James, He's like, just like coming up with our plan and shit. And, like, everyone's pinning it. So, like, leaving the harbor is like,
Oh,
it's
6 foot
rough
swells, yeah.
water. And Kyle's not feeling good after, 2 days of drinking. And so him and Brock are in the back of the boat. And I told him when we got on the boat, because we got on the boat and just were like leaving. And I was like,
I gotta spread out, guys.
Brock's a goddamn commercial fisherman. I was like, hey, neutral corners, motherfuckers. Like, you guys can't hold hands on the same side of the boat. Like, we're listing like insane here. Like, neutral corners for you two at all times. If you look over and he's standing next to you, move.
Cannot stand next to each
And
other.
then we're like leaving, and like, there's like Hughes Craft, like not ocean boat, like dual purpose boats, like just lapping us.
Oh, there's some Kenai River boats
Oh,
out there.
100%. And like there's
They wouldn't have been out
there's
Saturday.
2 dudes in the skiff just like blowing past us on the launch. And like I look over at him, he's like, dude, I got it fucking pinned. And I was like, well, you got this new motor. And I look back and Brock and Billy are like at the back of the boat.
Just sitting on the transom.
All the way, yeah. And I'm like, hey, I'm like,
Getting on
Kyle,
step.
I'm like, Kyle, Brock, you guys got to get in the wheelhouse. And Kyle's like, just trim it out. And I was like, bro, trim ain't fixing this problem, man. I'm like, James has this thing matted, dude. And we are like, I'm like, we're never getting on step
said,
in case you're
"Trim it out."
curious. He was like, you can't just trim it out. I was like, no, you can't.
You knew the boat lingo.
I was like, you would need like
funny.
5-foot trim tabs to even get that front end down. Like, I'm pretty sure it's trim, full trim right now. And you guys are just like, like James is like standing on his tiptoes to even see out the windshield. Like, that's how high I would point at this guy.
Yeah, it would have been great to get out Friday because, that was going to be our shakedown day. And we brought halibut gear. So,
Yeah.
and we've never fished halibut. I fished for halibut and Homer, but not on Eric's boat.
Yeah.
And nor he. So it was exciting because we were like, well, shit, you don't have to go far for halibut.
No.
We could do a solid 2-hour shakedown with the riggers and get them all set up and be like, all right, we got that squared. Let's go catch some halibut. And so that was our plan. Well, then, since we didn't get to do that Friday, it just kind of felt like it was kind of cool because we slept in and then we drank coffee and we had breakfast and we went and shopped around and dunked around and so it felt kind of nice. But I would have much rather fished, because if I'd have known Saturday was, wasn't going to happen, and then
Friday would have been rough. You could have done it if you went towards
in the bay.
Yeah, towards Sadie Cove and stuff over there.
There wasn't many people out.
No, you probably could have. You would have been fine, but it wouldn't have been pleasant.
It wouldn't have been pleasant at all.
We pulled into town at about 6:30, and we're like, "Fuck, there's fresh snow."
Oh, I know.
Man,
Oh, we were coming through the pass and I was just nuking.
Oh, was it really?
Oh yeah, on Friday, driving down. It was
Turnigan.
yeah.
Oh, fuck.
It snowed all the way to Kenai. I was like, well, I guess they do call it the Winter King Derby.
yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't even hear about that.
I was snowing pretty good.
No shit. Because it was dumping when we came into Homer Thursday night. As soon as we came down the hill coming into town, fucking flakes, silver dollar sized. I'm like, I said, hey, did you bring a snow broom? No, I didn't think we needed it. I was like, how do you get, as I said the same thing. I guess it
Welcome
is
to
the winter.
April.
Yeah. But it was actually not bad in Homer. I mean, there was, minus Friday.
It was just windy. Friday was cranking. No, it was classic because Billy and Brock showed up. They drove down after Brock got off work on Friday. So they got in about, I don't know, 1 or 2. Mm-hmm. And he calls and he's like, I heard that they might be canceling it. And was like, and moving it. I was like, yeah. I was like, he's like, it's not even rough out there right now. And I was like, you might want to put your readers on, homie. Like, I don't know what I'm not sure where you guys are at or what you're looking at.
Your readers.
But it is like, there's surfable waves on the beach down here on the spit, bro. And he's like, and then we go and meet him to check in. And I'm like, he's like, there's not even white caps out there. I was like,
It's all
you
white.
really gotta get some goddamn glasses, B. I'm like, it is raging out there right now. He's like, I guess it's the glare from the sun. I couldn't tell that was white caps. I was like, okay.
It was so angry on Friday.
Very,
oh,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, because we were launching the boat, and I was like, dude, it's like, you can't even hold the boat.
Is that bad at the launch?
Yeah, it was just like you had to be watching the boat because it was blowing back in pretty even at the launch.
Yeah.
Which is blocked from the wind and the waves.
Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of took it out of me. I couldn't fish. Couldn't fish Friday.
Yeah.
And then Saturday and then Sunday. I don't know. It was just kind of, I don't know. As soon as the Derby came, I think if we would have come over and played in this calm water with where you guys were at, we just went over to Soldovia and just got destroyed.
Well,
it was like,
I mean, it was.
Oh, it was beautiful.
We started at the Bluffs and it was beautiful, and then we went to Tutka, and it was nice over there too.
yeah.
Yeah, it was really
you just
nice.
stayed out of that north wind.
Yeah,
Blocked out of it.
It was really nice.
didn't catch any fish, but it was
Yeah.
nice.
At least you didn't get rocked out.
We went out Saturday, and
Oh yeah, where'd you
that
guys
was-
go that day?
we just went. Where did we go? We just went and put some.
How Daniel do?
Put some. Yeah, we had some.
Went to Greenville,
we had some
bro.
crew issues, but yeah, we put some halibut here in the water, and
You had some some pukers on board, or
Yeah, man.
we had
We're
one.
out real late. Okay.
Pre-chumming.
And then,
Not gonna
you know,
name
we
names.
didn't get up that early, and we're like, oh, well, it's nice. Let's just go. It doesn't look that bad. Okay. So we get on the boat, and we had the assumption that there was going to be McDonald's breakfast on the boat, but no, it was 26 cheeseburgers that Jack bought. So I'm like, oh, I better eat something. So I ate a cheeseburger at 11 a.m. after I went to bed at 4. I'd say 30 minutes later, that was it. Just chumming the waters for hours.
He texted us to full puke off. I was like, oh no.
Oh man, dude, I felt so bad because these guys are trying to fish, and I'm just like all over the side, just chumming it up. So they all have to be on the other side trying to fish, and they took mercy on me, I think, and came back early.
I mean, we weren't. It wasn't like we were, catching anything
Or putting in a shift.
It was
right?
fun.
You were just,
we got the boat out.
Shakedown.
We shook the boat out like Chad was saying.
I don't think I'll ever have a McDonald's cheeseburger in my life again. I'll tell you that one.
I called you.
It was rough.
How you doing, dude? He's not good. I was like, "Is one of those put a bullet in me? I'm done." He's like, "Call it a life."
Call it a life.
Just call it a life, man. Throw me
He tries to
overboard.
say something. He's all he burps, and then he's like,
Gotta go.
then he goes. I was like, this smells hiccuping.
Classic.
I was like, here, man. Sounds like you're gonna throw up. I'll let you go.
Oh yeah,
But you were hiccuping. And I was like,
yo, man, I don't get seasick ever though. But it was,
That might not have been seasick.
no, it wasn't definitely. I would have been thrown up at the hotel too. I just don't know why I thought, oh, let's go on the boat. It's beautiful.
Probably you were probably.
Let's have a cheeseburger and go on the boat.
I gotta get an IPA too.
I knew those. I knew
One
those
more
cheeseburgers.
martini.
I took one look at the bag of cheeseburgers, and I was like, "That."
I don't know, man. I
a
thought it would
bad
help. No, it
fuck,
did not
dude,
help.
That was funny.
Did the reverse situation.
Oh, there's everything I could do to get the boat in the water on Saturday.
But
Like crawl on the sides and put the bunker buoys or whatever
Yeah.
on the cleats and then untie the line and then I'm like, you gotta wedge between the house and the rail, and then his boat's like fucking 15 feet in the air on the trailer, So I'm like up there and you got it all down. I'm like, yeah, and I'm just like doing everything I can to fall off, and like just keep it all together. And then, dude, we get that thing out of the harbor and out in those rollers, and I'm just like, Eric's like, tie up some herring. I go back there and grab some fish, smell it, look at the hooks. I'm like, I'm worthless. I'm not doing anything on this boat unless there's an emergency and I have to do something. And I just hung out, didn't touch a rod, just held onto the rail.
Yeah.
I want to
fresh
think.
air.
Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, looking at the horizon.
I was like,
You did more than me.
oh.
I got up early and went down there to go. I think we were gonna fish, or at least make sure the downriggers and everything worked. And I helped James launch the boat, get everyone organized, and then once we were in motion, I was like, "See you guys," and I just went down into the cabin and just laid on the bed, and closed my eyes to avoid getting sick, and that worked. And
You were able to lay down?
Yeah, I could hear. I listened to 3 hours of dudes talking shit about me,
Just banter?
thinking I was sleeping, but there was no way I was going to sleep. But I was definitely not going to open my eyes because I knew once I did that, I probably was going to get sick.
I saw a picture of that. I don't know. Was that you?
Oh,
Who
I'm
sent
sure
it
it's
to me?
Kyle.
Someone-
I'm sure it was Kyle. You sent it to my wife.
Look at Chad.
Yeah.
Look at Chad.
I forgot my phone. My wife was in Florida. She's blowing me up.
Oh, that's
'cause
why
don't have my
I couldn't
phone,
get a hold
so
of you Saturday.
Yep. And so she texts Kyle, is my husband alive? And he sent that photo that
Kinda.
he probably sent to everyone, barely.
Okay, that is
Is
where
what
I
it
got
said.
She was like, oh, good.
I was like, thanks, Kyle. You're such a good friend. That's why when Sunday came along and he was getting seasick and just sitting in there,
payback.
eyes closed,
It's your turn.
I was just like,
Oh,
ha,
yeah.
how's that feeling?
How you doing there?
I tell you to go lay down in the cabin, but you don't fit. You might want to go to the back of the boat.
Just sit there with the,
But on the other side, he's over there.
Yeah.
Brock's on that side.
We're listing.
I wanted to bring up that there's some smooth talking motherfuckers out there, dude. This dude swindled me out of my hat.
Oh, yeah?
And your hat.
This is actually not a hat.
This guy, I don't know, man. He comes up to me and he's just like starts sweet talking me, and next thing you know, I gave him my hat.
You're like, yeah, you know what? You should have.
I was like, you should have this hat.
I wonder if that happened to me because I lost.
You lost your hat too?
Yeah, because you didn't have a hat at Characters.
That's right. That's
Because
right.
I walked up to you at first, I didn't recognize you. I was like, oh, Chad.
And I wouldn't
alive.
lose my hat.
Wait a
so I
second,
must have gave someone.
Was it AWP hat too?
It was the same one I had.
Do we just let them just like?
Did all
every
this
day
happen
Homer,
at
you can have
Characters?
them all.
At Characters, man. This sounds.
Is there one guy who's got every hat?
Yeah, one
So
guy. He's
this
out there
dude
selling
has
hats.
the Homer butt whackers hat.
Oh,
He's
you
like,
at least got a trade?
Yeah.
I got a trade.
Oh,
That's
so
a
you must-
solid trade.
You must have been
That's a
first.
solid-
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the full barter, dude. He's like, I like your hat. He's like, can I try that on? I was like, yeah, you could order one, man. Who are you? Blah, blah, blah. And I told him, like, oh, we got a podcast and blah, blah. And I'm like, I like your hat. And I was like, can I try it on? Yeah. I was like, you want my hat? He's like, yeah. You want my? Yeah.
Now you're best friends.
Hey, man, I can't remember his name, though, man.
Of course not.
Damn, what was his name? He's a nice guy.
I don't know,
Nice
man. This
guy.
guy got me for my hat, though,
Yeah.
man. Shout out to that guy.
Hey, man, Homer's got 3 AWP hats down there, so
Yep.
it's worth
They
it.
liked it. They liked it.
Hey, they deserve them.
Let's give a quick shout out. And I want to come back with like some like hot tips and maybe places to visit and things to do in Homer.
Oh, I thought you were talking about fishing tips.
No, not fishing. Obviously, we don't know
I
about
was going to
that.
say maybe we should talk about bait, but nobody knows what bait works.
Yeah, if you want bait, yeah. Talk to Dustin at the Baitshack.
Steaks and martinis. Anything other than that, I don't know what I got for.
We don't know about fishing. We know about partying in Homer. The Treehouse AK, your one-stop dispensary located at 341 Boniface Parkway. Be sure to ask the bud tender about their deal of the day because honestly, there's always something good on deck. And guys, listen, this is where the culture lives. At the Treehouse, their dedication to servicing consumers has been developed through a lifetime of involvement in the cannabis culture. They're committed to providing the highest quality products at whatever value your budget affords, while always maintaining the deep-rooted principles that have carried them this far. Their focus is on relationships over transactions, and you can always depend on them to treat you with the respect you deserve. Hit them up at thetreehouseak.com, and remember, you must be 21 years of age to enter their store.
Tailored Restoration, 24-hour emergency home services, helping Alaskans restore their dreams since 1972. Services include fire, water, mold, post-emergency cleaning, repair, and remodeling. Tailored has an emergency response number with trained professionals available to help you at any time, day or night. Give them a call in Anchorage, Eagle River, Matsu, or Fairbanks. Make an appointment today at tailoredrestorationalaska.com.
Since 2008, Serrano's is Anchorage's own new generation of old cocina. Their menu showcases the passion and love of their rich heritage and unique family recipes that have been passed down through the generations. Serrano's goal is to embrace and display trad flavors using the best ingredients that are available. They focus on making everything from scratch daily. In-house menu includes handcrafted corn tortillas, salsas, carne asada, and chorizo. But don't take their word for it. Experience their tradition and sabor for yourself. Locations on Tudor and Northern Lights, both with new tequila bars. Check out their daily specials at serranosmexicangrill.com.
The Connoisseur Lounge, located in the heart of Palmer, Alaska. The Connoisseur Lounge is Palmer's first locally owned and operated cannabis retailer. Their beautiful store is located at 226 Evergreen Avenue. The Connoisseur Lounge has exclusive cannabis products such as Snowcap Romance, Aurora Haze, Super Glue, and one of our favorites, Sugar Cookies. And if you're not into the flower, the Connoisseur can hook you up with edibles, vape supplies, and a ton of CBD options for all your health and inflammation needs. Check out their daily deals at theconnoisseurlounge.net, or even better, stop by the lounge today. Remember, you must be 21 years of age to enter their store.
The Derby Blur, is that what you called it?
Blurry Derby.
Blurry Derby.
The Blurry Derby.
Blurry Derby.
Yeah, I'm taking that down.
That was a good one.
Kind of fits. Like the blur really need to be in there because a lot of it is very fuzzy.
Yeah, the dog.
Yeah.
Dog will do that.
The old dog, huh?
And they don't play with those drinks over there.
Damn, isn't it crazy to think all the years it's been around and all the patrons that have come through and like the shit that it produces. It's like, just wrecking.
It's wrecking
You
the
just
evenings.
come in there like, oh, so fun, and just leave a disastrous ball of shit
How
show.
often do you think they change out the dollar bills? Like how often do you
Change
think
out?
How often do you think they take them down?
Oh, I don't think they do.
Oh, they have to.
No, they'd be like,
They
They
really
have to
gross.
because those things are
That's
like
a
they
fire
all look
hazard,
like
too.
they all look like
Oh,
they're
right.
pretty new. You know what I mean? They're not like aged or worn or like.
Really?
If
I
you
didn't
read
think
like
about
the
that.
dates and stuff on them, they're
They're
all
all
like
fairly
more
new.
recent dates. Like they must take them down
Yeah.
because they don't look like how
Old,
they
old.
used to look like
Yeah.
at like the what was it, the birdhouse,
Yeah.
like the OG birdhouse.
I just
not
want to know,
Coops.
like, what's it look like the person that takes it to the bank?
just all these dollars that are written on and have staples, staple holes. In
I
them.
think this is 3,000.
And I wonder how much it is. I want to like ring the bell and then just be like, just start pulling them off.
Ding, 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 ding.
I got this.
I wonder if they collect them.
I don't know.
That'd be kind of cool to know. If they just have them
I'll have to ask Gene next
Yeah,
time I'm
that's
down there.
Gene.
Old Gene
Yeah.
been the
Or he's got
Polish
them like
queen, the Polish queen,
the
Gene.
Polish queen, or she's got them like taped in a like a album, a book, or like a photo
Yeah, what do
album,
you call
or
that?
like a photo album book.
There's a name for like when you like put things in.
Scrapbooking.
Yes.
Scrapbooking.
She's scrapbooking with all the dollars from the salty dog.
There's just like 30 binders this thick of, $3,000 each.
There might be, dude.
I'll have to ask Homer
It's all
Jeans.
good money.
Homer Jeans about that.
Fucking dirty money.
I will say I thought the highlight was another hot tip. I feel as if you're going to stay in Homer, the Land's End is like legit. Super legit. It's the rooms are nice. It's at the end of the spit. You have a restaurant there. There's a coffee shop in there. They got all your needs pretty much. You can go from there. You can walk. The best thing is you can walk to the Salty Dog and walk back.
And
so
to
no
the
one's
port.
driving. What's that?
And to the harbor.
And to the harbor.
Oh yeah.
So those are nice. And those rental units right there. I think that's where JJ and them were.
Yeah, the little townhouses.
Yeah, those are
Yeah,
awesome
those are
too.
really cool.
But the one main awesome thing about the Land's End, the views are cool, but they have 2 saltwater hot tubs that are outside.
Yeah, how does that work? Like, how many people?
Don't give that secret away.
It's too late. We said it. Well, it's not a secret no more because before you used to be able to just get in there and mob, and now you have to like make an appointment because
Does
too many
salt
people.
water like eliminate man stew?
Yep. There's a lot of froth. You want to scrape the froth off the top and just throw it over.
You
the
don't
side.
even notice it. So
I feel like there's a lot of dudes in Homer.
Oh yeah.
And if you only got 2 hot tubs, that's a lot of man
Yeah.
stew.
Frank
It's a
and
lot
beans.
of
Yeah, but
Frank and beans stew.
it's only the people who stay at the Land's End. So
Yeah. All the fishermen and
supposed
hockey
to be.
players.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe April it's a little different.
all the crabbers.
But it's beautiful. They got it on that end, and you can see all the boats
Yeah.
and all the bay. They got like a
Coming in.
glass like window around it, so it's like not that windy in there. Sauna, hot tub,
Oh, that's awesome.
a little pool in there that has like the
Jets.
current, so you can
Oh.
actually swim laps.
Oh, really?
Dude, it's
Is
really
that all
nice.
kind of new?
Oh, the lap pool,
I think
like
they've
the
been
treadmill pool.
Yeah,
Those
that's a
are
lap
cool.
pool. Yeah. I wouldn't say new, but they
they've
definitely
got-
upgraded them.
They've got new hot tubs. They went from 1 hot tub to 2 kind of separate ones, and only 1 was open this time. I'm guessing that the next one will be open for the summer.
Oh, yeah.
They close one down every week to disinfect it,
To change the,
Some more salt in
change
there.
the salt
to
water.
repump in the salt water.
Homer's got a lot of really cool, a lot of good places to eat, a lot of good cool places to visit.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
coffee shops, good. There's a lot of really Two Sisters, is
Two Sisters,
super good,
K-Bay,
like bakery, all that.
the Fat
AJ's.
Olives. Talk about
Olives,
the
great
pizza if you
pizza.
want the biggest pizza in your life.
Oh, dude, that hilarious.
Can I get a 28-inch pizza?
Yeah.
Did he just
When
misgauge
someone orders a
circumference?
pizza and then you go to pick it up, but you had no idea what they ordered, and then your buddy walks out with like a half of a sheet of plywood, and you have to scoot the seat back as far as it'll go in a Dodge Mega Cab to fit the pizza in. That's a different. That's a different
Fat Olives,
animal.
baby.
Oh, laugh! I haven't laughed that hard in like.
Did you guys get a
years.
picture of it, like on the table or anything?
I got a picture.
Oh, you'll have to send it to us.
I got a picture.
What was the topping? Was it good? Was it a good pizza?
Oh yeah, it's great. Pizza.
Oh, it's really good pizza.
Oh, I've had their pizza.
But I was
what
like,
was the 28-inch?
I was praying that they sliced it just like a regular pizza.
Oh,
So
it
you're
wasn't
slice-
just these like.
No, I wanted that to be no. They cut it into like a million little squares. But I was praying as James
18
was
slices.
carrying this thing out that it was cut like a regular pizza, so the slices were just like ridiculous.
Just full fold.
They should do that. That place that's good pizza too.
Yeah,
Yeah, Falov is really good. Also,
house ranch is really
AJ's
good.
also, we gave them a lot of shine. AJ's is the main steakhouse there. That breakfast place we always hit for hockey, Duncan's.
Yeah, Duncan's is solid.
Land's End is solid.
Land's End is definitely solid.
Yeah. How was your guys' dinner there?
It was good, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was good. I had halibut. I felt like I had to get halibut.
Be as fresh
We
as
had
could
some
be.
bomb ass desserts.
Oh man,
Nice.
dude, they had a lemon white chocolate New York cheesecake or something. Oh my god, dude,
Damn.
it was so good.
Sounds like a party.
Yeah, it was really good. Also, if you're looking to go get some like gear, like some clothes or some stuff in there, if you want to get fancy and bring your girl, like Homer Jeans has like fancy shit, like
It's a nice store.
Patagonia,
It's a boutique.
Patagucci stuff,
Yeah,
and
boutique.
things like that. But I really want to talk about Nomars. Have you guys been into Nomars?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually across from Duncan's, and they pretty much fabricate their own.
Yeah. That's an actual regular extra large pizza sitting on top of it. And that thing's sitting on the dashboard and like my chest.
Oh wow!
There's a pizza in there?
That's a pizza.
God damn, dude.
Oh, and don't forget Kyle's carrot cake on top. Just in case the pizza doesn't fill you up.
Gotta have dessert, man. Gotta have dessert.
Shit, dude. That's a great photo, dude.
I was like, James, I think you're going to take the door off to get this in the truck. Won't open up far enough.
Oh, that's funny. I got some pants from Nomars that I've had for like 15 years. They pretty much make their own fleece and their own like really weatherproof stuff. I have one of their soft, we were talking on the podcast the other day, one of their soft like rifle scabbard deal. That it's like a roll top, it's waterproof, and it floats.
Yeah.
Which is really, really cool.
I've seen someone with one of those out at Nebezna, and I realized that was from Nomars.
Yep. So they're like making it right there.
It's like a dry bag for a rifle.
Yep, exactly.
dry bag
And it
scabbard.
floats.
Yeah.
And it's waterproof. It's really, really nice. And the pants that I have, they're all reinforced like waterproof in the ass and the knees and in the ankles and all that stuff. And their fleece is like really thick and heavy duty zippers. And it's lifetime warranty.
Burley
All
stuff.
their stuff, dude, you just bring it back and they're just kind of like replace the panel or get you a new pair. And all their like heavy duty hoodies and like kid stuff. They have a lot of really good kid stuff.
Oh, that's cool. They got a kids line.
They got kids
I didn't know
like
that.
kids thick fleece pants and fleece jackets. So
onesies
like,
and all that,
yeah,
right?
man, they got a
Yeah.
whole bunch of stuff. So if like obviously that's the number one. If the kids are cold and that just
Is
ruins
it
the trip.
pricey?
It's not bad,
Not bad?
not bad at all. But it's lifetime.
Yeah.
Lifetime warranty.
Yeah.
I mean, you take
Local
it back
made.
there or mail it back and they'll fix whatever, dude.
Worth it then.
100% worth it.
yeah.
Like I said, I've had these pants since almost maybe 20 years now.
Damn.
And I haven't even had to take them back. I mean, I got a lot of burn holes from camping and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, dude, legit.
That's the worst thing about like having super nice
The burn holes.
fucking campfires.
I know, man.
Because campfire is like the greatest thing ever, except for on all your nice gear.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like puffies. Oh my God. How many puffies have I gone through because of campfire holes?
Waders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think every
Yeah.
piece of my gear has some of that tenacious tape, like somewhere from a
little
hole,
patch on your
a burn,
wrist and shaking the fire up. And
Yeah.
no, that's a very good point, man. Got a lot of stuff that I'm like, I'm about to retire this. Is just kind of getting
Yeah, it
clapped.
sucks because you buy all this like super weatherproof, waterproof, whatever.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
Just turns into camping gear.
well, yeah.
But then you have like 3 pairs. you don't need.
Yeah.
So then it's
just
like, well,
sitting
this is in case the homie comes up from Florida.
Yeah. Outfit my
Yeah,
buddy.
so it's
comes
good to
up
have
here.
like a bunch of heavy fleece to like throw on when you're gonna sit around the fire, like in moose camp or something.
Yep.
When you get done with your day of hunting,
Yeah.
you're gonna just chill at the
Squeeze into
fire.
that.
You can just throw that stuff on. So I got to look into that next time I'm down there.
Yeah, I've been in there. I didn't go in there this year. I regretted it because we went to Almer's and the gear shed. Right?
I've never been in that
The
one.
gear shed over by just by the boat.
Never been there.
Is it the gear shed? I think it's the gear. It's got to be the gear shed. Down by the like down East End. By the like where the boat yard is. Anyway, that's a really great shop. It's got all like it's kind of like Big Ray's,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
Big Ray's or
Man, there's some
Well,
restaurants
maybe-
that closed
Army
that I
maybe.
wish weren't. Man, I heard like Cafe Cups was pretty good, and then what was that, Mermaids?
Are they closed or just closed for the season?
that's what I thought.
You know, a lot of stuff isn't open this time of year.
Well, I just haven't really been back since COVID, so I don't know like if they've made it out of the.
Yeah, I don't know. And Homer was serious. They're still serious. Two Sisters was not even. They didn't even have like it was still takeout when we went there, and they were just about to start back into like you couldn't even go in their store. They had a separate window for like
for
drive-through
takeout?
style.
Damn.
That was the only way. There was either takeout orders or like walk-up window. Like
Yeah.
you couldn't even go in their building yet, and they were all masked up still.
Oh wow.
Two Sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't eat there because of that.
Yeah, because
you couldn't go in.
I was,
We
I
wanted to
was
sit
laughing.
down.
But they were still open. Someone had told me they were closed. And I was
On
No, I think they were just doing like takeout
Saturday.
orders. I
That's
think
good.
she was
Saturday
telling
they
us.
were closed.
okay.
Friday they were open for takeout orders at 11 to like 3 or something like that.
When did we go? Yeah, we went in Friday. Yeah, we
Friday.
went there Friday and got a coffee and some savories. 'Cause they're
Okay.
bomb.
Yeah.
And James knows the owner really well. But she was, but I was surprised, and I figured Homer was kind of like that because they're pretty liberal town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was
Yeah, they
laughing
are.
because my wife had just showed me this TikTok like 2 days earlier, which was this comedian, and he was in Portland, and he was like making fun of that. He was like, "Man, like I got here, and I was like, he's like, all I could think about was like, I don't think they know the war's over."
That's funny. I was
He's like, I felt like I'm walking into a concentration camp, but no one told him that the war's over yet. He's like, you guys do know that like outside of Portland, it doesn't exist anymore.
I was in Portland a month ago, and I had that exact same feeling. Like, oh fuck, I gotta wear a mask in here. Like,
It was hilarious.
It was actually because I like Two Sisters, but it was a huge turnoff that I couldn't go in there because I was like, I had my hopes and expectations to go in there
Yeah,
and have
yeah.
the normal experience you have at their
Yeah.
eatery. And it was like, oh, what? Like, you're still doing this?
tell you what, no masks characters.
There you
No,
go, man.
no, they
Yo,
don't.
you know what happened, man? One more character story. It was like 3:30 in the
Be
morning.
careful.
3:00 in the morning, and the dude's like trying to shush, like get everyone out, like they're gonna close it, but no one like moved, and he just reopened.
Stand your ground. Stand your ground.
He walked around like, shut her down.
Stand
Everybody's
your
like,
ground.
yeah, no, you're not.
No, all right, 20 more shots.
Just joking. Last call
He just
again.
tested the waters, like,
Yeah.
they're not ready yet.
Yeah, he did. He was like, oh, well, I can make some more money.
Like
Actually,
I tried.
that's funny. What else? What else we got?
Well, I mean, just Homer in general, like you said before, it has such a good vibe. It has, you know, for you think about all the small towns and port towns in Alaska. You know, you think of Homer, Seward, Valdez, road system, right?
Yeah,
Whittier, which I don't know, Whittier's really kind of in
I
there.
think it'll
It's-
get there though.
Yeah, it'd be nice one day. And if you ever been to Ketchikan, Sitka, Juneau, or any of those towns,
yeah, all very similar.
those are really, really badass. Very similar to Homer.
Super art district.
Yeah,
Very, very artsy. Very, very hippie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and Homer is a road system town that has all that.
Yeah.
So it has like access that's not far away to Kenai, so you can get like Fred Meyer's. You know, there's Home Depot. There's all that stuff. So
Yeah.
Homer's in a cool spot where you can get everything you need there, and then you don't have to travel far for like stuff like lumber or supplies.
Yeah.
So it's like in this like really sweet spot where it's like a small town, but it has all the stuff.
It's a beautiful
You know?
place. It's just I just wish it was closer to Anchorage.
Yeah.
It's like such a far drive.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, though, the flight, that's the way to go, man, dude. I don't know what
the
I've been
flight is-
doing, dude.
no.
45-minute little.
No?
That's the move.
Oh, it's the move,
Oh,
100%.
But
dude.
you have to convince your friends.
Yeah, to drive down.
I feel like I don't want to do it just because.
Oh, once you do it, you're like, what have I been
Yeah,
doing,
yeah.
dude? It's a game
Yeah.
changer, 100%.
He's like, I'll see you
Well,
guys tomorrow.
that's what Kyle did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did too because I couldn't
So
get
I
out
was
of
like,
work.
man, this is kind of bullshit. Like, okay, I guess we'll handle the boat. Yeah, like on both sides, like loading it and unloading it.
Yeah.
Did he fly home?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I was talking to him. I was like, you motherfucker. He's like, yeah, I'm home. I was like,
Yeah.
you're home. It's
Yeah.
like 4.
Yeah.
He's like, I had a 3:45 flight. I was like,
Oh, he had to ride back with the homies. Was there room for him though? Because there 4 of you guys in the
Oh,
truck.
no, because it was 2 separate trucks. Because me and James came down
Oh,
together.
yeah,
and
of
Billy,
course.
because they were leaving later.
Oh, come on, Big Kyle.
oh, Kyle
Yeah,
flew
no,
down, dude.
he's-
That's,
Bro.
hey, man, I don't blame him, dude. That's
He's
the
like,
move,
fine.
dude.
It is
If he
the
could
move.
pull it off, that's the move,
Like
man.
I gotta give
That's a good
my
move.
brother a shout out. He flew down and threw down on all the boat fuel and all the truck fuel there and back.
There you go. That's the ultimate move.
And
If
he
you're gonna
didn't
fly
need- he
down,
didn't
you
need
Well,
to.
do.
we did that. James is gonna like tally up what we spent, like truck gas, boat gas.
Yeah, I
split
mean,
it,
it's just
whatever.
like he had to work, so we chose to come down Thursday. So I was like, well, I don't mind just covering the tank
Yeah,
coming down. Like we were the ones that wanted to leave, and if we would have waited till Friday, he could have just came.
yeah.
But he was like, no, I want to come. So he jumped on a flight Thursday night and came down, and it was $200 or whatever, $160 or $200 or whatever it was. But
You think that's a hockey move? Fly down.
Oh,
here.
man,
shit.
I wondered
Oh,
about
then
that.
you never have to drive.
Throw your
anywhere
gear
either.
in somebody's
Don't have
truck.
to worry about driving your vehicle.
Yeah,
around.
I just wonder if you can bring the gear bag
you could
because it's
yeah.
Raven for people
Yeah.
that are out of state.
I know. People do.
Teams travel.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, like Kyle Headley flew down a couple times.
okay, yeah, that's definitely the move. I don't mind the way back because you're kind of sleeping in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Back to the Homer thing real quick. The Chamber of Commerce does a good job putting it on. the
I would
tournament.
agree.
And I called them Friday morning or Thursday night. I can't remember, but I was asking because I'd heard it might be delayed, and they got back to me on Friday twice.
Oh, like the tournament officials.
Yeah, I think the head of the Chamber of Commerce actually called, but yeah, she let me know that it was delayed and that it was still going on, and like.
Well, their ability to pivot from because
Oh, yeah.
I've been doing this, I don't know, maybe a decade. And it used to be all like you'd go into the Chamber of Commerce, you'd have to be there, and it's all like paper on the wall, like put it in the side bets, and their ability to pivot to like online and be able to still get almost the same results and all the information out, man. Shout out to them. That's a big deal. It's a big deal, and it's got to be a big deal for Homer. It kind of probably the season starter for their like tourism and stuff like
Jump
that.
starts the whole thing.
Yeah. So
No, it's nice that you shout out them because I mean, there's a lot of people, as we know how things work behind the scenes, right? Like, there's gonna probably a lot of people that are investing a lot of time in behind the scenes to like overhaul that process and get
Absolutely.
the information together. And it's easy for us to go down and enjoy that weekend and just like terrorize the place and then leave.
yeah.
Write it hard and
That's
put it away
exactly
wet,
what it is.
and then they just like handle it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And almost like graciously, and then like send you off like, thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
you know,
100%.
Yeah.
you know, you feel that way. At least I do.
Yeah,
you know?
and it's you recognize people year after year
Mm-hmm.
doing it,
Yeah.
and they do a good job.
They do a great job, and anyone that's from out of state, I definitely Homer's always been on my list. If any tourists or anyone that's coming to visit is looking to visit a unique
Homer's-
Alaskan town,
Homer's almost a must visit, man.
I believe
Yeah,
it is.
sure
I
is.
believe it is a must visit. You know, right up there with like Denali and some of those bigger to do tourist attractions.
Yeah.
And Homer really has that small feel to it, and it's just you got to go. You got to go do it. Get on one of those boats. Get out there in the ocean out there and catch a mac.
Do the
and
drive.
The drive is beautiful.
Yeah. There's kind of a unsung hero like feel of the stretch between Soldotna to Homer. and how you kind of run the bluff and you go through Clam Gulch and Deep Creek and Nilchik.
We were talking about that. We were talking about all the little places and asking if anyone's ever stopped in this one or that one.
Yeah. Well, we stopped at a knife place once.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of cool
In
little
Sterling?
stores and art stores. Yeah, I forget what the knife place is called.
Yeah, that guy sharpens, like, take all your knives in there. He sharpens them all.
Oh,
over.
The
yeah,
knife place
yeah.
in Sterling.
Yeah. Another cool fact for the people that are out of state that might not know, every in-state people, is the amount of volcanoes that you see.
Oh, yeah.
They have the main
the
four, and the acronym that I finally remembered after like 40 years in Alaska is called A.I.R.S, A-I-R-S. And that's how you identify what the volcanoes are. With the furthest one across from Homer on the left is Augustine.
Okay.
And then the next one to the right is Iliamna, Redoubt, Spur. So A.I.R.S, A-I-R-S, is the acronym. And that's how you realize like what you're looking at. I mean, you might get a little confused between the two, as three of them are close and Augustine's kind of way out there. And I want to
That's
say,
way cool, though. I never even knew that.
probably a lot of Alaskans haven't known that. You might have known the names, but I had an old Alaskan tell me it's A.I.R.S, A.I.R.S, just remember A.I.R.S. And it finally stuck one day, one Memorial weekend out there in Anchor Point. So it's A.I.R.S, Augustine, Iliamna, Redoubt, Spur. Yep.
Cool. I think that'll stick.
It should.
remember
And what was the
that
one,
now.
the hockey tournament that we go down there in Homer was called the Ash Cup because Augustine, no? Was it Augustine? Redoubt blue. Augustine was when we were
90s?
kids.
Yeah.
No. Augustine was what blew when we were kids, like in the 80s.
I thought that was Redoubt.
Redoubt, I thought, was what happened during the Ash Cup.
I can't.
All right. Well, we have the internet.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm actually curious because what was the big one that like
When we were kids in the
blanketed
80s.
town?
Yeah, I think it was
the 80s?
Augustine.
Yeah, the
it was in the 80s.
No, it was like 90,
Maybe early 90s.
like 92.
Well, look it
92
up
or
real
something
quick.
Like that.
Look it up real quick.
Yeah,
You look up that one, and I'll look up the Homer Ash Cup and see what that.
and you
that
thought it was Augustine that blew?
I thought it was Augustine.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're coming up to visit Alaska for the first time, Denali and Homer are just two places I feel like you have to go.
Okay, it was Redoubt. Redoubt in 89.
Redoubt was in 89.
Mm-hmm. I feel like there was the other one in like 90.
And they've all
three.
vented at least during our lifetimes.
Yeah, they have.
Spur has.
I think so.
Okay, that was Redoubt.
We need a
Spur.
volcanologist. If anyone knows a volcanologist
Yeah.
around here, sign him up to bring him onto the podcast. Chad actually might know.
Yeah, he might.
We were talking about the acronym of A.I.R.S. If you're going down there to identify the volcanoes, I don't know if you knew that acronym. Augustine, Iliamna, Redoubt, Spur.
The I.R.S.
The I.R.S. Yeah.
That's the only one I know.
But then there's A.I.R.S.
the A,
If you had the A
I.R.S.
for Augustine.
Yeah, Augustine.
Yeah. Which one blew when we were like kids in like
90s?
the 80s? Yeah.
Augustine, I believe.
That's what I thought too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which like blanketed Anchorage like
Yeah, I think
inches.
I think Augustine was the big one, and then I think
So I got it. Spur was
Redoubt.
92.
oh, was it
Spur was the big one in 92. That's the one I remember the most, where it like left like inches of ash
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
In
was
Anchorage.
Spur?
That was Spur?
That was Spur. It was
'Cause I
Spur
thought
in
that was
92.
Redoubt.
So Spur's last eruption was June to September 1992.
When was Augustine?
Augustine was 89.
That's the one I'm
I
thinking.
think 89.
I think that was a bigger
Was
one.
bigger?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
because I was
I've been
yeah,
pretty
'cause
little
that was
then.
high school still.
In 89?
Yeah.
I'm done. Oh, man.
Who was at the Lost
I know
Abbey?
the year
dog?
or what?
Who was up at the Lost Abbey?
Second grade.
In 89? Oh, man.
Second
I
grade.
was pretty young. Yeah. 89, I think I was. Yeah.
But what about the Ash Cup? What's
Wait.
that one? I'm gonna look it up real quick.
No, you might be right. 92 might have been the bigger one.
Yeah, that one's just the one that I remember.
That might have been the bigger because
And that
friends
ash.
friends were driving. Like I remember we were driving. We used to go to Flat Top and snowboard a lot.
Oh, there it is. Okay. So That's another cool thing that Homer has. It has like one hockey arena called the Kevin Bell, and it said that what did it say here? What did it say? It said Augustine.
And that was named after that.
Teams from Anchorage, Kenai, Saldana for the Ash Cup named after Augustine erupted 1 year during the tournament, and the trophy cup was filled with ash. That's right, because I remember one of the homies left their gear in the truck, and we came out, and he had left it open to dry out in the back of the truck, and it was just ash everywhere.
Is that
I mean, everyone was fucked, like all the trucks, because, you know,
was that
yeah.
was that a winter tournament? Because
It's
happened.
spring.
It was snow, so there was still snow on the ground.
it's in April.
Okay,
It was literally always like the week before the Homer Derby.
and that sounds right. So that's what it was.
So that was Augustine. So the one we were kids must have been the one you said. Redoubt?
It was like 89 to 90.
You guys,
Was that one
you
the
guys
night?
win that year?
We win every year. We win the Characters Cup.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think Aaron Tangy alone won it for us 1 year.
Characters Cup.
The Characters
That
Cup.
needs to be a thing, doesn't it?
Everyone wins.
You know,
the
I heard a lot of talk
Yeah,
of
they
people
do.
saying, even the dude, like when we first started on the Derby, he's like, oh, the actual summer Derby that we call the Winter Derby. And it's got people, we were talking about it on the boat, like about switching the date to like October, November. So it's actual Winter King Derby, and the fishing's way better. Like every time that I've caught,
way worse.
the weather's
And
way
it's-
worse,
and
but
it's
it's a
dark-
winter
dark.
derby, dude. The weather's way worse.
That's what everyone was saying over the radio. Were you guys listening to everyone chirping over the radio?
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's kind of obnoxious.
A lot of of course.
Yeah.
But a lot of guys were saying that because they moved it even later. Mm-hmm. It
They
used
did.
to be in March,
March.
Yep.
Yeah.
and people were saying they'd rather have it. And I think it used to be before March. I think it was in February, which was, and the fishing's always better in all those months. But
Yeah. In the
you
colder
know,
months.
I'm sure it's a huge monetary draw for
Yeah.
the town.
Yeah, it is. I would think they could do two, like an October, November one, and then like the spring derby,
There's another one.
the Homer Winter Derby, and then like the spring derby. Because if you're doing it this late, it's spring.
Yeah, I think the original, or I'm sorry, not the original. There's another derby that one of the Elks or somebody throws. That's like a more like OG known.
Yeah.
I don't know why it might get pissed off for me for saying that, but there's another derby that is like a little bit smaller and it's better fishing and not as much money, obviously. But have you guys done it in March too? Did you guys do the earlier one?
Well, maybe it was used to be in March. Because when was the
yeah.
Homer tournament?
It was.
It was
always
always
close.
the last weekend in March.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
the Derby was like a week after that.
I've done it in March for sure.
Yeah. No, I've done the derby in March and it was a lot colder. It was shitty.
Was it? Maybe it was the week before the hockey.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the derby was before your guys' tournament.
I
Is
just
there
know I
any
couldn't.
other? I mean, there's Seward Silver Salmon Derby,
Yeah.
and then there's the Winter King Derby. What else is there? There's the fishing tournament on the Kenai, right?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
all like
There's the King Derby,
sponsors. and
Valdez
stuff.
has a derby, I think.
Valdez,
Silvers.
Does a
Silvers.
silver
Yeah.
yeah,
derby.
Ship Creek
They might have
Derby.
a king derby too, actually. Valdez has a small one. They might actually have one.
And didn't
So they
Nick,
have
you
a
guys had
turnaround.
Nick on the podcast, right?
Wozniak? Mm-hmm.
Didn't Nick was doing something with?
He's
it's
not
like-
really happy with you, by the way.
It's a kingfisher derby. He's never happy.
Fucking, you switched, dude.
Salesmen are never happy with
Fucking
people.
switched on him, bro.
I've
Went to the
switched on
dark
him.
side.
Well,
We won't go
you
there.
know, gotta-
How is that boost?
But I
Gotta
do
get
think
that
the
service
Silver
department
Derby is
fixed up.
probably the Seward Silver
That's
Derby is
big.
probably the biggest derby.
because they got tagged fish and like all kinds of stuff in there.
Yeah, that
like
one's fun.
different ways to win for sure, and that's a big, and that's like prime weather.
And it's not one day, right? That's like a multi-day.
But Nick was doing something
like a
that
week
was
or
like a
something.
kingfisher deal.
Oh, for Kingfisher, the boat.
Yeah, out of well, it was all of Prince William Sound. So I
Okay.
guess you could go out of Seward or you could go out of Whittier, and it was like a month-long deal
Got it.
where you would record like your fish.
Yeah.
And it was the biggest. I don't know. He was putting it together. He was telling me about it. It sounded like a super cool thing, and it was for like all kingfishers.
Yeah.
Like if you owned a kingfisher, like you were in.
Oh, ballers only.
Apparently. That's why I don't know all the information about it. Because I was like, do I know anyone
in the cult yet?
Yeah, guess I'm not.
Don't forget the Slammin' Salmon now.
The Slammin' Salmon Derby, dude. Hey, that might be the most. You might have the best chance. They're slaying them down there, dude.
Oh my god, dude.
More and more.
Baitshack. Yeah, they got that derby.
If you need bait, man, go see Dustin at the Baitshack. He hooked us up with some like cured stuff.
Did you guys use that?
We used the herring that he gave us, the green and the orange stuff. We never got into some of his other specialty stuff.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
We used the red and the green.
Yeah, we didn't open them all up, dude.
You just basically was like whole troll herring, just
brined up,
and then you set it up with the little twirling thing and flasher and the whole nine.
Yeah, there's a lot of debate on setting shit up, I think.
Oh.
Like what's used, how far the flasher.
Yeah, how far is the leader.
Bring the leader to the flasher, to the pink lady, to the,
There's a lot of personal preference. And
were you guys running Down Riggers?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. We had some debate over that too, depth. But hey, I want to thank Jack and Jake for setting everything up and taking us out, man.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. Just
to
to have all the gear.
They know their shit. They're fucking.
Well, Jake grew up, in Valdez guiding and all that stuff, and his, on a boat forever, so he knew what was going on.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't say that we don't. I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
but there's a debate like, is it 6 feet? Is it 8 feet? Is it 10 feet?
Watching everybody help me set up my gear, I've noticed that there's a debate.
Yeah.
There definitely is. I think that's all. Like each guide probably has his own preference.
Yeah, exactly. Just like what bead are you going to use on
and what flasher do you use at what depth? Because that matters too.
Yeah,
like your flasher colors matter, how deep you're running, all that.
And even like the rotation of the
UV,
herring.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
UV.
Like, are you doing short circles, big ones, UV? Yeah.
I didn't even get that deep into it. Jesus.
Oh, it
goes to that.
It goes to that, dude.
Fish theory.
Like the spin radius on
there's science to it.
I mean, if it was spinning, it was like, all right, I think it's doing its thing.
Yeah.
Oh, there's like there's like circumferences and science.
I'm not gonna lie though, putting flashers on everyone's stuff, I was like, these things should probably come with a like forward and backward arrow or something on them.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I assume they probably work both directions. But
yeah.
But then they have the three. Like, well, do you put it on the side in the middle?
Well, I think the top is.
Then I didn't even have flashers that had that adjustment, but I heard about that. So like makes it a bigger. That's your circle thing.
Well, the top has the barrel swivel, and the other has the snap swivel. So I just always assume that the.
But it has the snap. You could snap it on either side. So you're like, do you want to be? Like,
so it'll like change.
So the barrel would be the top.
The barrel's
because
the top.
You would have a clip on your. See, I just have a barrel tied onto my rod.
Okay.
So then I was like confused, but then I went that direction with them because I just felt like, I don't know, this looks like it'll spin.
Yeah. Well, and then you get the downrigger down and just like snug the rod tight, and it's all down there. You're like, well,
yeah.
Hope it's doing its thing down there.
There's a lot to that.
There is a lot to it, man.
And Eric's
That's why I'm a way better hunter than a fisherman.
Man.
Because I can see everything that's happening.
Yeah, it just goes down, and you have no idea what's happening down there.
Yeah.
Nope.
Like once my shit's in the water, I'm like,
they make cameras you can put down there now.
Hope we made the right decision.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Yeah, I know, for like ice fishing. Right?
Can review the footage.
Like ice fishing style.
Yeah, I'm sure you could do it down there too. You get a weighted camera down there or something that's like on a cannonball or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, and Eric's Canon downriggers are awesome. They like worked really good, and we got everything set up. But his what did you call them? The grabbers or the
snappers?
Poppers. They were so tight. Like it was like
too tight.
I was like, damn, can a fish even like break this?
Well,
thing
you
loose?
can adjust that by like moving your line to the front of the
Snapper.
Right. Well, it's got the dots. It's got the red dots, and you're like, okay. I just went in the middle.
Yeah.
Like that's just seemed like a good spot. And then we're like, damn, these things are like holding tight. So then we go like to the front, and like the first three drops, pop, pop, pop. I'm like,
too light.
Just, like we didn't really get, there was still some shaking down going on while we were trying to derby fish.
Yeah, and then now
And
that
that's
I
like
think about it, I
burning
think
time.
that, you know what I didn't check, and I told you guys that we were fishing 3 lines because I couldn't get the one popper to like hold. I couldn't get that clip to hold. But now that I think about it, Brock brought 2. I had 2 rods already, and then Brock brought 2 rods, and then Kyle brought a rod, but Kyle's rod wasn't really set up yet. And Brock got some rods from he met this guy. This guy gave him some gear, and that had braided on it. And I bet you, now that I think about it, that's why it was coming out so easy, because that braided line was
Versus
so
mono.
thin it can't
Wasn't
hold
holding
it.
it. Yeah.
But then Billy, I did get it to go down, and then Billy, we had a hookup on a fish, and the line broke. We lost everything. Oh. And I was like,
It's like 5-year-old line.
yeah, yeah.
There's a lot.
I was
There's so
Brock,
many little
I was
things that could go wrong.
I was
man.
like, God damn it, this is why I hate braided line.
Yeah.
And Brock's like, yeah. He's like, well, that's what was already on there. I was like, well, how old is it? Did you just put it on? He's like, I have no idea. I was like, dude, I changed line. Like, I'm not even a huge fisherman. I change line every year. Like all my rods before for reds. I fish like reds mainly, and I swap the line.
Yeah.
Like, and you just a dude gave you 2 pulls and like
Picked
you
us
just
up at the garage
you just
sale.
ran with it.
Down the way.
This
Like,
has
I had
gotta
to
work.
I had to look up a damn knot because I don't know. I've never run braided stuff, so I
It's
didn't. I was
different,
like,
too.
I know you can't tie a regular knot
Nope,
with it.
you'll
No.
slip right out of there.
So I was like, I had to look up knots.
No, we had a hellacious tangle up. There's no way.
I was very surprised that we got it.
Jake made the comment that like you could never untangle this with braided line.
Oh,
hell
it'd be
no.
fucking
Yeah, no
just
way.
done. You guys have to just cut it and just
No,
start
no,
over.
we worked it
no,
out.
no, we worked
He
it
worked
out.
it out, I should say.
Oh, because you had mono.
Yeah, mono.
you
So
had
you can,
braided,
it's
yeah.
still pull and like, as you
Yeah.
pull it out.
We only ran 2 rods. It was just easier.
Yeah, we did too.
Just-
Eventually,
Well, I was watching the other boats out there with like 4 rods, and it was like you could see them pull their gear up or something when they had something happen or whatever, and they pull them up, and then all their flashes are fucking flapping in the wind. And
we didn't have any
I'm like,
tangles,
damn.
but it's a pain. It's like it's a lot of like if you're gonna run 2 rods on one downrigger,
That's
all
crazy.
of you gotta know what you're doing, because when you're dropping that, 2 dudes gotta be
Oh, sizzling it down.
yeah. So so it was. Yeah, I think we got a little ambitious.
I think that tangle was about the worst problem we had. Things went pretty smooth in
No, it
that
was
department.
That wasn't even that bad.
Nah.
It looked bad.
it
But I
wouldn't
was
be
just
a
ready to
fishing
just
trip
cut it.
without a snarl in the riggins, right?
Yeah.
So gotta have that.
Downriggers worked pretty well.
Yeah.
Did you guys have the crankers or electric?
Crankers.
So they're cannons with the side.
Cannon.
Those are nice, dude.
Dude, I like them.
You just kind of crank back and loosen the
What do you
drag
mean-
or whatever,
What do you
and
mean
it,
cranker, like a reel?
Yeah.
like it has like a side.
Manual.
Yeah. But it's got the counter, and then you can just like loosen it,
Mm-hmm.
and then just let it drop, and then you got the rod.
Kind of let it drop at whatever speed you want.
Yeah, and then you can like crank it back tight.
I wasn't even using the switch for going down. I was just loosening the tension.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Were you supposed to do the electric switch to go down, or was it going? Would it not go down?
I'm pretty
fast
sure
enough?
that's how you normally do it, but because I wasn't sure with 2 people trying to do that, I didn't want I couldn't tell.
You want
what
to drop
they're-
too fast.
Yeah.
and-
Oh, yeah.
Because a couple times those guys just hit the release button. I was like, whoa, you can't do that.
Oh, they
dude.
weren't holding the.
Yeah, I was like,
fuck
no,
'em.
I'm not trying to make a crab pot.
Just a full rip.
You have
just
to
a
keep
full
your
bird
thumb
nest.
on that.
Just
So I was watching that, so I was letting it out, just palm in the reel,
Yeah.
and then, well, you guys ran into. Did you guys have boat? You said you had steering issue too.
yeah, we haven't
we
gotten
didn't
there
get
yet. Yeah, we had steering issues.
What
But
happened?
that closed us out pretty quick. So, well, as I had mentioned earlier tonight when we were out in the parking lot, I was kind of like, hey, I was alluding to that he had some issues with the steering on the boat because he just got the boat last August. So he didn't have a lot of time.
They're still figuring it out.
Yeah, exactly. And presumably it's a beautiful, really nice, newer boat. So, you just go out initially feeling like everything works like normal, and it's totally understandable if stuff wears out or fails or breaks. It's like a lot of mechanical moving parts, and so shit happens, right? So we're out there in Montague in December, and it's like pretty gnarly coming back. And he's like, man, I'm having to like turn a lot to get the motor to turn. And we're like, oh, that's not good. Like, hopefully it just fixes itself. Like everything, right? Where you just like
a high school truck where you just turn the
music up,
turn the stereo up. Like, dude, I think your brake's rubbing. No, it's not.
No, you can't hear that.
No.
So we get out there and he completely loses his steering there. And luckily our partner on his boat, he had steering issues the year prior. So he actually brought out a kit of oil just in case he had ever had that happen again. Yeah. So thank God he was there, had the oil, and we were able to put oil in his, like, so he had to put the oil with this like special little funnel in a little tiny cap. Like you bust the cap loose on the column, and then it really comes with like a pump. So you're supposed to like,
yeah, because you're gonna have to bleed it.
Right.
I mean, you could probably emergency fix it with just putting oil in there, but you're going to need to bleed the system eventually.
So when you don't bleed it and you fill it up and you turn it, all the oil comes back out of the hole and gets all over the inside of your boat.
Oh no.
Yeah. So that was what we experienced on Montague. Luckily, I brought lots of paper towels. We got it cleaned up, but that sucked. And so it was like, oh, well, that was December. The boat got washed and put away, and then here comes the Derby.
Yeah.
Oh. Get out there, and he's like, oh, man, that steering. I'm like,
I forgot about the steering.
I forgot about the steering, too. He's like, but I bought the oil. He's got this, like, case or this box, and he's like, this is my oil box. I'm like, all right, cool, man. Like, figuring it out. So we got out there, and we had to put a little bit of oil in it on Saturday, thought we were good. Rip across to Soldovia. Now we're over there in Soldovia and rolling 6-footers. It's constantly like having to overcorrect constantly, and just before you know it, dude, the fucking was that Star something? It's a brand. It's like a main brand of this
Starcraft,
something like that.
I think Starcraft.
Yeah, it's like a hydraulic steering system for dual outboards.
Yeah.
So it connects them, and it's got the little hydraulic piston. Well, the seals.
The seals went bad.
Are bad. Yeah. Okay. So I guess they have a rebuild kit that you can get. So he's working on that actually tonight. So I invited Eric to the podcast, and he's like, I got to
fix this.
It's like, I don't want to forget next time. I was like, that's probably a good idea. Take your family out there. You don't want to have that. But yeah, so we lost our steering completely, and we were only like, I don't know, maybe 500 yards from the fucking bluffs, dude. And the rollers are just like rolling us in there. And I'm like, Eric, get some fucking oil in this thing, dude. And so he gets it in there just enough time. And the boat, we got the kicker going, and so we were able to like get the kicker going. And he's got the stern steering in the back, so we were able to like run the kicker, and I could actually steer it back there. And I was able to get it steering, and so turned it around with that little 9.9 horse and got us going away from the bluffs. It just still felt like, whoa, dude, like this wasn't supposed to turn, into this kind of trip. Yeah. So he ends up getting oil in there, and it didn't even like purge out. It was like that bone dry. We didn't realize though what was going on then. We just put oil in.
Seals.
Yeah, we put oil in, and we got the fish in, and we're like, you know what? We're just gonna fish till noon. We're getting our ass kicked, and we're not catching shit. Wasn't expecting to catch shit anyway, but let's just fish till noon. Now we got a steering issue. Let's just like fucking bag it. So then we get back to the harbor and put that thing on the boat, and then start turning it, and then realizing like, oh shit, oil is just spooging out of the side of those seals.
Every time you turn it.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Over and over and over again. And a lot, dude. A lot of oil. So I think the seals were like going bad in December, got worse through the trip, and then on Sunday just completely fucking blew out.
Just
so
frozen, and then thawed.
Probably got water in there and all that. So yeah, it just like didn't feel good about being out there in that like weather, and then no steering.
Oh, it's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we had the same issue.
It was icing on the cake.
Yeah, I'm not sure. James's is new, and he got that motor.
New mounted motor, right?
Yeah, and so the steering's new.
What's on that?
250.
Whoa, really?
Suzuki, yeah.
Oh shit, he didn't stop in Chicago.
No.
Damn.
The boat rips without 3
He
giant
went all the
dudes on
way.
it.
He went all the way east. Damn, right on. Good for him on a 22.
Hold on, before we go into the what happened to you guys. So when you got back to the harbor, how did you steer it into?
He had enough
to
steering.
launch?
He had enough steering to get us in there.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty rough, and that was kind of part of the reason why we decided to go early. We thought, well, if we're gonna lose steering or have like major steering loss or like really like limp it, it'd suck to have all the boats around.
Oh, fuck.
You know,
it,
Well,
dude,
when you're not under power, it'll turn.
Sure, yeah, but
Because you're not fighting the motor.
Got it.
You're not fighting that propeller.
Got
yeah.
it. Got it.
That's why they're all hydraulic steering and not a cable.
So when
Because a
you're
cable would be more reliable, but it'd be so much work to try. Like when you're running that thing, the 300 horsepower, pushing a prop against it, it'd be hard to turn it. You know?
Wear it out fast.
So they run that hydraulic, and that's
so
what
it's like
James.
butter smooth.
Got it.
You know,
Got it.
So we had. I don't know where it was leaking, but we had an issue before that. That was a little different.
Did you guys have to get buckets out?
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. You forgot the plugs?
Shit.
Nope. So we were out there, and we're
This is the derby time.
we're fishing. Yeah, we're fishing. I couldn't make 4 work, so we had 3. I had 3 poles in the water, and I was just stacking on one downrigger, and then the other downrigger that the clip wouldn't hold on the downrigger.
Yeah.
I just put a stacker clip on it, so that's how we were fishing 3. And then then when someone was reeling up downrigger, thought we had a fish or whatever, I was like, "Hey, don't!" And then lost the stacker clip. So now we got 1 stacker clip, and so now we're fishing 2. So now we're fishing 2 poles. Kyle's not feeling well, so he's in the house. Me and Billy are out there pretty much just watching the poles. And then Billy, it's getting chilly. Now, at that point, we're out like pretty far. Like we're past the bluffs, and we're in like, now we're not in wind chop. We're in like ocean swell. So it's getting bigger. And everyone's like, it's getting, wind's picking up. I'm like, dude, that's ocean swell. That's not wind. That's not coming from the wind.
Open water.
Like it's getting bigger. And then, so we basically, when we're out, we had that swell was like coming to the stern, which, you're not anchored. It's fine. But so all the swell's coming to the stern. Well, what we didn't realize was that when they installed that motor, the hydraulic lines come out of the stern of the boat and they run to it, and they have that like flexi conduit. Well, they didn't have it. It wasn't sealed on the end, and it's like 2.5-inch conduit or whatever, flex. And so those waves hitting the stern were just cupping into that for, I don't know, hours. And James, like, it's kind of funny because James is like, yeah, I'm not sure with this new motor. I don't really know it yet as far as like troll speed. I'm not sure what I can run, how slow. I might not be able to go slow enough. So we might have to drag a bucket. Well, when we were out there and fishing for a while, I was like, I don't know, it seems we're going pretty good speed. Like you're
2
like
miles an hour.
1.8, 2, like
that's
we're
perfect.
good. And then, so I get chilly, and I like, after a few hours, like I'd noticed it's just me watching 2 poles. Everyone's kind of warming up. So I go in the house, and I'm standing at the back of the house, and I look down, and there's like 1/2 inch of water like in the house.
What?
At my feet. And the boat's leaning backwards.
Yeah.
So it's like just at me. And I was like, hey James, we got an issue. And then he looks down and he's like, oh shit. And so like I go to the back, I open the hatch, and I'm like, dude, we're full.
Oh,
And he's
fuck.
like, I was like, turn on the bilge. And then so Billy's at the back, and he's by the downrigger. And so James was like, fuck, give me a bucket. He's like, Brock, steer. So James comes back, 5-gallon bucket, and he's just bucketing. And I'm like, dude, just accelerate the boat. I'm like, it's coming in. He's like, is the plug come out? And I'm like, no, the plug's there. It's coming through this from the motor. And I was like, because it's splashing over. But now we're sitting so low, like now every wave is like that tube is just like is almost always in the water.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, I don't think your bilge is going to keep up with this. We need to get some speed. James is just bucketing. And then Billy, like, there's a big cooler by the front, and then barely enough room to get behind it by the corner by the downrigger, and those plugs, those Scotty plugs suck. They stick way out.
Oh yeah.
Somehow Billy like snaps that fucking thing off, and he's got like wires in his hand, and he's like, shit. And I'm like, and James is trying to bucket water, and I'm holding this thing, and I'm like Billy, like, I'm like, James, like, let the bucket go. Like, you're not going to catch up to this. Like, we need to just get this thing headed towards step.
Yeah.
So James is like trying to get back, and he can't get in the house with the cover open.
Okay.
So I need to shut it. So I'm like, Billy, like, you got to, like, get the fuck out of the way. And he's like, I can't put the wires down. I don't want to electrocute James. I was like, dude, that's the fucking downrigger side. Like, those are not hot, dude. You can put them on your tongue, bro. Like, just let them go and get out of the way. And he's like, shit, I didn't know. So, dude, it's like, and you know, like, Billy's not a boat dude. I'm not a boat dude. So Billy's like a little bit panicked, like, are we fucking? And James is like staying calm. He's like, we're not sinking, guys. There's not a hole in the boat. We just like, it's not a big deal. We're not going to sink. Just like, and he's like, I'm like, no one's like really freaking out. But I was just like, dude, just turn the fucking bilge on and then let's run. Yeah. I was like, but now I got a downrigger fucking 80 feet down, and he just ripped the plug out. And it ain't a crank.
Oh, no. So you have to hand it?
So I had to hand fucking reel this thing all the way. I'm like, James, it's like, start going, but don't fucking go full throttle till I got to get this downrigger off the bottom. I'm just like, oh my God. At that point, like, my hands are so fucked up because I'm the only one messing with gear all day.
Raw and cold.
And like the clips that he had are on like stainless wire. I was like, dude, don't buy these anymore. Like, get the fucking nylon ones. Like, they're like carving up my hands, like bleeding everywhere. I'm just like, dude. We get that drained, and then everyone's kind of like, whatever. Like, okay. Well, I was like, dude, just let's head into like Easy Street and just fish that. Like, and then we get out. Once we get back in the bay, it's like glass.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
but you're on the bluff side, right?
Yeah, but we were way out.
Okay,
like
you kind of went around the corner,
past the point, like to the buoy almost.
Oh wow.
Yeah, far. I'm like, James, have you seen a fish on the fish finder? He's like, not in a grip. I'm like, well, there's no fucking boats out here but us, dude. So like, probably a reason. Maybe we should start heading
Was it
back.
deep too?
And that was when we noticed the water. Yeah, no, we were in like 100.
Fishing 1,000.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Just going for that black cod.
Run those downriggers to the
So then we started coming back, and then, you know, James is running the boat and like we're letting it drain out, and I'm checking it. I'm like, yeah, dude, we're dry, we're good. Like, let's just start fishing. He's like, oh, okay, when we get to Main Street, we'll start fishing. I'm like, well, there's a bunch of boats fishing here. Like, let's just start fishing. And then James is like, I thought he was messing with everyone because he's like, man, I don't have any steering. And he's like doing this, and I'm like, what? I'm like, whatever. So I really wasn't paying attention to him because I thought he was just messing with everyone at that point. But then I see him like cranking the wheel.
Way too many turns.
He's like, yeah, man, I think the cable is like, and I'm like, cable? And I looked at this. I go to the back of the boat, and I'm like looking at it. I'm like, bro, there's no cable. Like, this is hydraulic. Like, these are hydraulic lines. And he's like, no, it's a cable. And I'm like, no. Like, I'll bet you my house. It's
not a boat guy, but I know how this works.
Like, you can come read the cable. It says 1,500 PSI hydraulic line. Like, it is not a cable. And he's like, no, man. The guy told me it's a cable. I'm like, no, he probably meant the line when he referred to it as a cable. And I'm like, so he's popping the thing, and I'd never seen that system. I'm like, you like, we're out of fluid, and there's probably air in the line now. Because then we realized when you stop the boat, and we weren't under power, just like idle but in gear, like he would have steering. It would be slow, but he had steering, and you could hear it like in the valve box.
Okay.
And I was like, no, I know how this works. It's a valve box, and like as you turn it, it's just like squirting. It's opening. It's like clicking a valve open. So it's like moving your motor back and forth. And so I was like, if we go slow, so we would just have to. And I was like, bro, at this point, just like, let's just go in. Like we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're done.
I was like, we're done. Let's just limp this thing in. Because then I realized like you were serious, and I looked at it and I was like, dude, I don't know where you put fluid in this. I know we're gonna have to bleed it. Like we don't have the tools for this. Do you even have hydraulic fluid?
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
I don't have YouTube signal.
Well, then we got. I did have a YouTube signal. Oh,
Yeah, you got good coverage in the whole.
we could have
You
done
have better
that.
coverage out there than in Homer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
then it
that's
was a
good
game.
point.
Then it was a game of like, all right, get the boat straight and pin it until we're like off course again. Then come to a stop. Turn the boat, pin it. Turn the boat, pin it until we get all the way back, and then we just pull in the harbor. And then, I was like, all right, it's a big weekend. That's explainable why there's like 2 Coast Guard guys on the dock, 2 state troopers on the dock,
It was a full team.
1 NOAA fisheries guy on the dock. I was like, they must be like, someone must have had trouble and they're interviewing him or something.
Yeah.
There's just so many of them on the dock. And nope, they're just boarding and doing all the safety stuff. And then that was when James got a ticket for not having a deep water release device, which is mandatory on your boat apparently.
That's kind of
I was
crazy.
like,
because
even
if you're not
we're
fishing that,
targeting salmon.
yeah.
And he's like, well, you're targeting salmon in deep water. I was like,
So they think you might accidentally.
he was, yeah. It
At
was
100
just
feet?
the one trooper. He was giving James a lot of grief too for having his like he only had his license, like he didn't have it physically on him.
Oh, just on his phone.
He didn't dig it out. It was just on his phone. He was like, well, it has the little scan thing. He's like, well, how would you fill out your king stamp? And I feel like the trooper is a little wrong about this because Fish and Game now has an app.
Yeah.
And you can electronically put your king stamp on it. And I believe you can fill your king stamp out.
Oh, really?
on
I
the
didn't
app.
know that.
Yeah. I filled it out online.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. And the trooper was like, well, how would you register your king? And James is like, well, to be perfectly honest, like, I wasn't even fishing.
Yeah.
Like, I was just running the boat. These 4 guys are fishing. So, like, if we caught 8 king salmon, I still wouldn't have to write any.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, well, I'm not. He's just like, I'm just trying to make a point to you that you need to physically have the piece of paper.
Well,
And
it
I
should
was
be a
like,
point the other
I was
way.
like, well, why do you have a electronic? Why do they offer an electronic version of it if you're not? I was like, and I didn't want to like push the dude
Yeah.
anymore. 'Cause
Yeah,
he was already like, but I was
We'll
like,
start looking for more.
Well, you know
things
what?
to-
I was like,
on
I
that
think
topic,
you're kind of wrong.
They should have it. If they're going to go all that way and it's all electronic, they should do that with the hunting tags. They should do that with everything where you can just have it on your phone. You can show it. You can tag it. All of it. Like, let's move into 2020.
And I think they're going that
I'm going
route.
to look it up, right? I'm going to look up my.
But I feel like for this, James was in the right on that. He didn't give him a ticket for that. But
Oh, okay.
he gave us that's a $120 fine for no deep water release.
Yeah.
Well, what's worse is it kind of goes on like a record for your, like, you know, they check your credentials, like hunting or fishing license or
We're
whatever.
not going to get
So-
that
would it
bison
affect-
tag now.
Would it affect your
Yeah.
tag draw?
No. It would if you were like, you didn't pay it or,
Man, that just seems like
something like
such a
that.
petty thing.
yeah, it is. It totally is, man.
Well,
It totally is.
we got the Fish and Game guys coming, so we're going to ask them. We'll ask them that question.
I bet you they're going to tell you, no, you can absolutely check your king stamp online.
Yeah. Well, I bet that's something that they're struggling with to like move into, the 2023 deal where it's like, okay, you should be able to just be like, check.
Yeah.
Got it. Clicked it. It's done.
It makes sense. Or if they're going to do the one that you're required in the field. Because I know like a lot of states, it's a band. You got to like put on antler.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or on an
yeah.
ear, like an ear tag or whatever. You have to do that. And they're not like, ours are like cardboard.
Yeah.
Which like if they get wet, they're
It's
ruined.
just done. Yeah.
So it's like if they're gonna have that where you physically need it in the field, they need to make it out of something a little bit better.
They should have both.
Yeah.
Well,
But I think the digital route is
any bull tags that we get,
You should be able to just follow
they're
your hunt
plastic.
like immediately.
Like, wrap around the horn, and they'll stay on there forever.
Yeah, but like your sheep hunt one where you got to like.
It's just
Oh, you talking about like your paper thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's silly.
What I'm saying is you should have
Yeah.
that tag on your phone so you can just be like, boom, the date,
Oh, yeah,
it's
just-
done.
yeah, tag
Even
it.
though there's no internet connection, it's
You can
done
still
and like
punch it. Yeah.
stamped, time stamped.
What difference would it be?
You know what I'm
as long as
saying?
you report on time and when you're supposed to within the rules, it would be good.
Yeah, I mean, because
It doesn't say anything on the electronic copy about where to record your.
Is there an electronic copy of your king stamp?
Yeah, you see right here.
Yeah, we got lucky with the check. Just the coasties checked Eric's stuff, but the troopers didn't want nothing to do with us. They beelined for the boat behind us.
Yeah,
They're giving that guy a hard time.
Was he an open boat?
No, it was another like bigger boat.
Yeah.
But they didn't have man, he had I heard him giving him shit about all kinds of stuff. He didn't have his flares, he didn't have like a throw, something else. He had
There's
his
definitely a list of things.
he had his tags and his new stickers on the boat, but didn't actually have his paper registration on and
we had all that, and the Coast
Yeah.
Guard guys were awesome. I mean, everyone was awesome.
They
The
weren't
trooper
trying to get
The trooper
anybody.
was fine, and he
Yeah.
wasn't I'm not saying he was an asshole. I was just saying they asked us oh, how'd you do? I was like, oh, we caught a ping pong paddle, a flounder. That's it. But we had to come back in because we took on water, fixed that issue, and then we lost steering, so we just limped it in. It's just you just told these guys
what kind of day you
hey,
had?
we're having boat issues.
Yeah, we had a rough day
gonna
here.
cost money, and then the guy's like, well, here's another $120
salt in the wound.
Yeah.
for not having a deep water release device for a fish that we're not even targeting. And I get that you could obviously, if I'm hooking a flounder, you could obviously catch a yellow eye too, and that's what it's for.
Yeah.
But the other trooper explained to me, he was like, dude, if you just have a weighted jig, you can just file the barb off and you can just have that on here and it'll be fine.
Drop
I was
it down and
well, I can make that in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You look that way, I'll have a deep water device when you turn around. But too late.
yeah.
Well, there's people around
had
and they
that.
gotta
They got a quota.
they got a quota.
They got
to
a
make.
quota. They were such a team though, all the blues up there.
Yeah.
I pull up and I'm like, man, I just see blue and mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Man,
these dudes are coming down.
They almost need, you know what they do need? Is a dude in some high vis directing traffic on how the fuck you're supposed to time your loading of your boat onto your trailer. Because there's 4 lanes, 50 free for all trucks. Everyone is just trying to get in. Dude, your boat is not up yet. There's a line.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? And the dudes are trying to bring their stuff around other people's boats because his truck is there. There's got to be something.
I feel like that is a major issue in all power sports because anybody with good credit can
get the boat.
be out there doing shit that they shouldn't be doing.
And they don't
Yeah.
know that,
Boating world, snow machine world,
Yeah.
side by sides, dirt bikes, you name it. It's all there's a whole bunch of dudes with money that have are out at Turnagain, no beacon, I got an airbag. Cool. Now you just told me that you're a selfish prick and you only care about yourself because that's what that airbag is good for. You. So what about the dudes in your group that have beacons and they get buried? What are you going to do with that fucking airbag? Nothing.
You ain't gonna find them.
Yeah.
No, you can't find them. So it's you run into that in all of power sports or any of these sports that take a lot of money to do. And the machines get more and more capable. The boats get more and more capable. And so they can go further. They can do more. And they're not learned up.
I guess we're
Qualified.
still in the free for all last frontier days where you could just get it and go and fucking do it. I bet in the future it's you need to pass this test. You need to know what to do,
certification.
what the protocols are, what the rules are. You know what I'm saying? This is how it works at the harbor or whatever. Eventually it's going to be like that. It should and to have some order in what's going on.
Yeah.
And right now we're in the 70s.
It sucks to because
boat
it's so anyone that knows me, knows that like I'm so anti all that like required bureaucracy to do anything. Like I feel you should be able to do whatever you want.
Yes.
As long as you're not putting other people at risk. And that's my only issue with like in the snow machining world, which is a way bigger gripe. Side by side, it's like if you go out and I pulled a dude out 60 miles in at Eureka. 60 miles in.
It's deep.
He didn't have a winch on his rig. I pulled him out. They were walking away from their rig when I pulled up.
They're just walking.
They're going to walk.
They're going to walk 60 miles out.
With like t-shirts and regular clothes on. Like nothing. Had nothing. And I was like, hey, I'll yank you out. And like I rolled up and I was like, throw me your winch line. He's like, we don't have a winch. I was like, whoa, what? How the fuck did you get here then?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What? Huh? I was so... and I feel like as an American, you should be able to be that stupid. But when I have to deal with it, then I'm like, there should be a class. But I don't want to, like, I don't want
That's
that
what I'm saying.
to be
We're
a
like,
requirement.
no, we're in that era right now where
like
people in the
Hunter's
future are
Ed.
going to be like, you guys could just go out there and just do it. Like,
It sucks to like say that to require like an etiquette class.
yeah.
But that's what it is. It's like an etiquette
More
thing.
than-
Like
more
what you're
than
talking
anything,
about, like
yeah.
the parking lot. Like, how can 5 dudes not figure it out?
Yeah.
To like,
well, you see it at no matter if you're at the Kenai launch, Whittier launch, no matter where you're going, Eureka unloading stuff. Just it's like you just see mayhem.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is. That people that are brand new, that don't know, and then you got all the dudes that have been doing it for a while.
and that's the dudes who make it a problem because they're the ones who are like the dude who jumps the line because he's like, dude, I'm not waiting for these fucking greenhorns that don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're going to take forever. So then he gets
Jumps on there.
frustrated
I own
and then
this bitch.
becomes an asshole.
Yep.
Well, I mean, we weren't taking long. We were fine. We were ready to go and everything, and we still got jumped by 2 people in skids. Just
Giving.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
Yeah, it's maybe a bunch of dudes just don't communicate either.
yeah.
Yeah.
everyone just sitting in their
there's
truck
go
looking in their
Sunday night.
rear view.
Yeah, we know what we're doing. We know what we're doing. Yeah.
Got a long drive.
Yeah, you just have a lot of. I think just based on what I've seen in the last 10 years at Whittier, at the launch, like starting out with Eric back in the day with
the
his
Whittier
Thunderjet,
launch.
like it was still pretty crowded and crazy, but now it's like absolutely fucking crazy. On like you are floating around for hours on a Sunday trying to launch or put your boat back on the trailer.
Oh yeah, and everyone's trying to make that last tunnel.
Yep.
And they're
And-
dealing with their fish.
And now you got like twice or 3 times as many people recreating and doing the thing, and you have that many more people that don't know what the fuck they're doing. So you have like more people and then more people that don't know what they're doing. It's just like it's a double whammy of fucked because it's
Well, and Whittier's just like it's just outgrown Whittier because they don't have
they
like
have.
they
Yeah,
don't
no,
have
that
like
has.
Homer's launch where you got 5 lanes.
that launch is badass, dude.
They got to figure it out.
It
After
is.
you go to Whittier and you go there, you're like, oh my god, dude.
Yeah,
this
but that's
is
because
fucking
Whittier
amazing.
never had that
Going from
amount of
Benbow
people.
No,
but
it
then
doesn't have that size of harbor.
And the other thing about Whittier too is like it's just so much better place for like a novice boater to start because that water is so like for the boating part of it.
Yeah.
Other than like there's a lot of hazards, but the water itself is a lot.
Yeah, you can hide and get into
calmer,
calmer water. Yeah.
A lot more glass. Like it's glass out
Well,
there.
there's more horizon. There's more land to see. That's
Yeah.
why you don't maybe necessarily get as sick because you got an island everywhere. You got land mass you're looking at. You get out into Homer, you start getting out into that open water, and all of a sudden it's like once you're dipping inside of rollers and there's no horizon anymore.
I just feel like every time I go out on a friend's like ocean boat and it's like bluebird day that's like awesome, I'm like, I gotta buy a damn boat. And then when I go out and it's like the Homer Derby where we're taking on water and the steering goes out, I'm like, fuck,
Just
I'm
go
like,
with your buddy, man.
break out another 1,000. I remember that acronym.
Yep. Break
And it's
out
just
another
like-
1,000.
That shit is real on an ocean boat.
And then when I like when you actually like sit down and pencil it out, you're like, all right, what's the average amount of bluebird weekends in Alaskan summer?
Yep.
Oh, so I'm going to have a 200,000 boat that I'm going to use 6 times a year.
Yeah. Doesn't add up. Yeah. Well, that's why I think that
that's
Jack.
if you use it all the best days. You know?
Yeah. If you get those days.
Yeah, but those are the days that like,
Yeah.
if I'm going to justify this, I got to like, my wife's got to be on board for that purchase.
Yeah.
And she's only going to go out on those absolutely bluebird. It's epic days. Like she's not going to want to be out there when it's shitty. I'll go out in that shitty.
Yeah.
But even then, that's like trying to get. You can't really do it by yourself.
Yeah. No.
No, not at all.
I
It's
think
not
that- I
that
think
fun
so.
either.
So finding some like homies that are just like you know
you gotta find
you're
some
only
down
gonna get
dudes.
them a couple times where it's like nasty, and they're like you next time you call, and they're like, what's it gonna be like?
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be pure misery. You
Nah.
want to come with?
I got other stuff.
No, I got all my fish that bluebird day.
But when you're
Freezer's full. I'm good, man.
when you're at home crushing shrimp on the barbecue, you're like, damn, this is so epic.
I need a boat.
I need a boat too.
And then when you're bucketing 5-gallon buckets of water over the back, you're like, fuck.
You
Hope we don't sink.
You just get the homie with the $150,000 boat, and you're just like, "Hey, man, what you want for fuel?
Yeah, that's why
I
I'm
got
like,
bait. I got food. Launch. Let's do it."
yeah, for me, you got to be someone who's like, you got to live somewhere where you're going a lot. Like if you're doing a lot, then I could justify it. Like if I lived in Homer, and I was like Aaron's dad, I would have that boat.
Yeah.
Because you're going to use it a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, every
You
time
don't have
every
to, you
chance
don't
you
have to
get.
launch it.
For
You
me,
don't
it's
have
probably way more cost effective to just like go on charters.
Well, that's been
Yeah, it is.
kind of the argument I've been
Or
in with
chipping
people,
on fuel.
like buying
Yeah.
a cabin versus buying the boat. Like if I had the place in Homer, then the boat makes sense. You know,
Yeah.
but other than that, the cabin makes way more sense.
Yeah, and
I've been on trips where it's like, man, I'm glad I don't have a boat. Dude, this is a lot to deal with.
It is a lot.
And the
a lot to
cabin,
learn.
and the cabin, you can get your wife and kids to when you're you know, on a crappy day
Yeah,
because they can sit in the cabin
Exactly.
by the fire.
You can have crappy
Warm.
days at the cabin.
Absolutely,
Ain't no
rain
crappy
all
days
day
on the boat.
No,
And just the amount of time you can
blowing.
utilize it more.
Yeah,
You know, but then you think, well, if I spent the same amount of money on a boat that I was going to spend on a cabin, you'd have a fucking badass boat.
Oh yeah, you would.
true.
You know.
Yeah, you can only have. I mean, you only have so much time.
But I tell my boat friends, when I get the cabin, you're invited.
Yeah,
There you go.
That's where I'm
Yeah,
at.
trade off.
I'm at just having
We'll
boat
go
friends.
on your boat. Yeah.
Boat friends are the
I don't need
shit,
a boat,
man. You
just
just need
boat
one good
friends.
homie that's got a good boat, and then it's really helpful to that guy. Like I get a chance to get out with Eric all the time, and like it's gotten to the point where you know he can trust me to know the
now
ropes
you-
with
now you know what
the
you're doing.
launching, the retrieving, the
helping out.
helping out if something goes
You're
wrong.
a good deckhand.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
that's where I'm
totally.
at.
Yeah. I'm just like, you
I'm
know what?
trying
This
to be
is-
a good
This is
deckhand,
a really
not a
good
boat
place to
owner.
be. This is a really good place to be for me.
Yeah. I'm
You
not
know?
a captain. I'm just a good deckhand. That's
He's
my
got to
goal.
store
That's
it.
important.
He's got to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, I'll help him wash it if
I'll
I
wash
can.
it. I'll work on it. I'll do all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm not gonna be captain.
No. And it's everything from like, man, I feel for him because we don't do it so much anymore, but we used to do those like full day opening tunnel to the closing tunnel. And he's got to get up and drive the whole crew and then launch the boat and then drive the boat and then bring it all back in and then drive home. And it's like, dude, that's a lot on one dude.
Yeah.
We can all help as much as we like can with anything and everything, but at the end of the day, when you're driving it and you have everybody's life in your hands, and then you're gotta drive home late, then you gotta back it in your driveway, and then you want to clean it cleaned up.
Yeah.
Like he runs his motors like that night. He hooks the hoses up like 1 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. Like he just never puts that off. And it's like, here we're driving off. We unload the boat, throw him some cash. Are you good? Yeah, I'm good. And it's just like, there he is, you know, throws his lights on and he's dealing with it. And I'm like, fuck,
2
dude.
hours of work.
Yeah, he
Cleaning
does, man.
coolers and all that.
Yeah, like he just he gets it in, and then you get home and you're like, yeah, I don't need a boat.
Yeah,
I'm gonna call in sick tomorrow.
I mean, when we were pulling
in advance, buddy.
we were pulling out of Homer, you know, after like loaded the boat, like everyone, Kyle got on a plane, Billy and Brock took off. Like me and James were getting in the truck and like checked everything, strapped the boat down, got everything done, ready to go. James was like, dude, can you drive? Like, I need to just, and I could tell, like, you know, like, and he doesn't, James is not a dude who's going to like let you know he's stressing, but I could tell like he was exhausted from the stress
stressful
of
day.
the trip because just like, you know, he's taking out
From the beginning to the end, right?
4 buddies, like, hey, I want to show you my boat, and like, I know what I'm doing, and this is cool, and then like, wheel bearing, trailer lights, taking on water, steering. Downriggers, like nothing goes like awesome for everyone.
Yeah.
Still an adventure, still had a blast, loved every minute of it. Typical Alaskan shit. But
Ain't that
like that, he was smoked. Like he slept like
that just builds on you.
damn
just
near
stress
till Girdwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know it was just that stress that's like, no one's going to really say it's stress, but it's stress, dude.
And he may not have really knew at the time what it was.
Yeah.
Till after you got home, and he's probably had a day or two to reflect. Like, damn, like that was a lot.
Yeah, and a lot of it is just like your stress of your pride because you're just like wanting everything to go awesome, and like we're all
You have it all mapped out in your head, and
we're all already planning on how we're spending the money that we want. Now I gotta like tell him like, well, I guess my kid's not going to college. Thanks, James.
You actually got to spend a whole bunch more money to get this fixed.
Yeah. So you spend a ton of money.
Well, and then now he's got to come home, and before he takes his boat out, he's got to get that leak squared away.
Yep, he's getting all
trailer
that
lights.
fixed.
Like, I mean,
yeah, it was a good shakeout for him before. Now he's like, well, and like this, none of this shit will take place. Like when I'm with my wife. So that's good.
Yeah, it's like the initial run you go with your boys. It's like, let's make sure the shit works before I take the whole family out.
And if you think about that, what better group of dudes to have when the shit's maybe not going great or goes bad, or maybe just doesn't go as you planned? You don't want to do that with your wife and kids, because then it's like everybody's just miserable, and you hear about it the whole fucking time. Yeah. But with the boys, now you can come back and joke about it and laugh about it, and like. Like I mentioned before, it was like 3 days, haul that boat down for 4 hours of fishing. Yeah. It's like, oh, shit, man. We didn't. But I didn't really think about it that way because we had so much fun. Like the rest of it was a blast.
Until you said 4 hours, I felt like we fished longer than that. But you're absolutely, we were headed back at 1.
I mean,
4 hours of fishing.
Yeah. I mean, we dropped a line for maybe an hour on Saturday, and then we fished. Well, wait, what's 9 to noon?
Well, let me ask you guys this. Are we all going back next year?
Probably.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah. I kind of wondered when I came home. I'm like, well, are we going to do it?
We'll see when the hockey tournament is.
But we're going to get the boat out a week earlier.
Yes. That's what everyone said. I'm going to do this next time, and I'm going to check this next time. Make sure this happens.
Go over all this shit.
Yep. No. Just full shit show.
I was like, man, it wouldn't hurt to just like go dunk the boat in Whittier on a Saturday, and went out and like fucked all that stuff up that day, and then limped it home and like, all right, man, get ready for the Derby. So it just all goes like butter smooth.
Yep. We'll remember this episode 60. Remind you guys about February.
Just text them the link.
You might want to listen to this, all you captains. Hey, we're not the best fishermen. We had a good time. It was fun, man.
Oh, totally.
I love it, no matter what. Catching the fish is just like the cherry on top of an entire wedding cake.
Especially like something like a Winter King.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think I'll do the Friday to Monday this time, though.
I'm telling you, man.
Friday to Monday is the move.
Yeah, I won't take Friday off. Or I'm sorry, Thursday off. I'll take Monday off, and then we'll just go down Thursday late.
Yeah.
Just like if we get off work at 3 or 4 or whatever, we'll just like make that a late night, get down there at like 10 or 11.
Or Friday early.
Really early morning. Yeah, but the Monday is like, that's how I'm fucking doing it from now on, dude.
Because there's no stress on the back end then.
Right.
So,
And if it gets postponed.
But what if it doesn't get postponed? Then you just fish Sunday too?
You could.
Or I was thinking just come home like leisurely Sunday and have the Monday to just like recoup, because you're clearly going to still be nursing like some lingering hangover or something.
Do the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, all this shit. Yeah.
Oh, that's
meant to
true
help Jake
because
with it.
if the tournament was on
You get
Saturday,
you get ham Saturday.
Then you're going out Saturday for the like awards ceremony and all that.
The blackout happens on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Recover.
Yeah, you might be
Sunday,
right.
and then come home Monday. So you could play it
Yeah,
either
no
way.
matter what, Monday off always works.
You might just have to take. You just have to take April off.
Yeah.
Take the whole month of April.
Yeah.
Just take this week off. Yeah, my buddy Wyatt did Thursday to Monday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. I'm like, damn, that's like the ultimate.
Yeah.
I bet you those guys that have won it 2 years. I bet you they're the fishing like 2 days, 2 days before the tournament. I bet you they're
Checking
fishing
it out.
both those days.
Yep.
And they're just like finding where the fish are.
Well, they probably go out all the time, right? They live down there. They're out there talking to all the guides.
Yeah.
It's a network, dude.
Yep.
It's fixed.
It's fixed. It's all right. We'll still be there.
That's right.
Someone's got to move to Homer.
Well, if anyone has any real questions on how to catch a fish, don't contact us. If you want to know about what potential problems you may arise or how to have fun in Homer, we know all about that.
Yeah, we can give you all the information you need to know about bars, food, and boat problems.
Yeah, we got that covered. Chad, thanks for coming in and chatting with us.
Yeah.
Appreciate having you in.
It's
CJ,
fun, man.
Oh,
Yeah. Again, thanks to the Deep Insider.
the Deep Insider was
People's
great.
champ.
The double seagull.
That's
Yeah.
it. Homewrecker.
Oh, the Homewrecker.
Next year we're full fucking hoodies, t-shirts, hats.
Homewrecker hats?
Oh,
Shirts?
dude, yeah, with the names. We're gonna get names and.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. So
Okay.
fourth guy that wants to come.
We're going to go names on the back like a jersey.
Oh shit.
Full block, big
We should
block
get those
letters.
Fila tracksuits going.
There you go. That's
You
what
just
Deep
put your,
Insider is
like,
going to come full
your nickname on the back.
tracksuit.
Full Fila.
We're going to go to Nomar
Full
and have
Schwerner.
them make big old heavy
there you
fleece
go.
tracksuits.
Oh, yeah, with the skinny bottom.
And if you guys are wondering or if you're interested, I'm starting Salmon Brothers extra tufts. So
Salmon Brothers extra
I'm
tufts.
gonna get my own line going. So we'll have those out
The
next year, too.
Sambos.
I was thinking maybe next year the Alaska Wild Project Campbell Creek Salmon Derby.
Ooh, we should
Oh, wow.
actually talk about the Campbell.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be.
Listen, don't be stealing our ideas, Kyle.
Or the Russian River.
I was
Derby.
wondering if maybe he was feeling sick because he ate too much carrot cake.
I don't even know if he ate it. He left with that. He went to bed early on Saturday night.
Just took it up to his room.
at like 7.
He's on the Raven flight, just like
Yeah.
Still got didn't catch shit, but still got the carrot cake.
he's got the leftover.
The box. He's got to put it in the door like this.
Sir, that will not fit in the carry-on.
Oh, he's like, don't worry, I bought 2 extra seats for this.
Kyle, we love you. Alaska, thank you for listening. Check out the Homer Derby. It's fun. Stay wild.
You remember my speaking to you of what I call your overcautiousness. Are you not overcautious when you assume that you cannot do what the enemy is constantly doing?
The Alaska Wild Project podcast is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Barney's Sports Chalet, supplying hunters with the best hand-selected gear since 1963. The exclusive home of frontier gear built for the rugged Alaskan terrain. Your one-stop shop for all your outdoor needs. Visit Barney's today at 906 West Northern Lights.
Arbor Digital, the forefront of digital assets, cryptocurrencies, and wealth management, providing a low-cost, research-based investment strategy for Alaskans looking to invest their hard-earned money. Visit acminc.com today to put your money to work.
Tailored Restoration 24-hour emergency home services, helping Alaskans restore their dreams since 1972. Services include fire, water, mold, post-emergency cleaning, repair, and remodeling. Give them a call in Anchorage, Eagle River, Matsu, or Fairbanks. Hit them up at tailoredrestorationalaska.com.
Total Truck and Alaska Overlander, Alaska's premier supplier for custom automotive accessories and overlanding products, providing all-inclusive rental vehicles and trailers custom outfitted to explore the Alaskan backcountry with a unique and convenient traveling experience.
Serrano's Mexican Grill, 2 locations, one on Tudor, one on Northern Lights. The Northern Lights location has their new tequila bar. Check it out. Also see their daily specials at serranosmexicangrill.com.
TheTreehouseAK.com, located at 341 Boniface Parkway, Alaska's own and grown cannabis and CBD store. Ask the bud tender what the strain of the day is to get your 10% off. The Treehouse, where the culture lives.
The Connoisseur Lounge, Alaska's premier locally owned and operated cannabis retailer, located in the heart of Palmer, Alaska. Their cultivated products include Snowcap Romance, Aurora Haze, Super Glue, and much more. Find them at theconnoisseurlounge.net.
AKO Farms, located in Sitka, Alaska, built from the ground up with concentrates as their single motivation, with exclusive products such as their sugar wax, full spectrum diamond sauce carts, and more. Ask your local bud tender about AKO.
Marijuana has intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming and addictive. Marijuana impairs concentration, coordination, and judgment. Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence. There are health risks associated with consumption of marijuana. For the use of only by adults 21 and older. Keep out of the reach of children, and marijuana should not be used by women who are pregnant or breastfeeding.
The Baitshack, located on Ship Creek upstream of the bridge. Can't miss the bright red shack. They are the go-to fishing gear rental and guide service on Ship Creek. Tight lines and fish on. Come hook into the action with them. Hit them up at thebaitshackak.com.
Anchortown Dogs, located on 4th Avenue across from the old 4th Avenue Theater. Look for the blue and gold umbrella. From reindeer dogs to bomb euros, they've got you covered. Anchortown Dogs, your local gourmet hot dog and sausage cart.
Crude Magazine, Alaska-based media outlet using the last frontier as a springboard to discover larger truths about the cultures of our great state. Read more at crudemag.com.
Lawn Pro AK, Alaska's year-round professional property maintenance team. Services include snow and ice management, weekly lawn care, and more. Get your free estimate today at lawnproak.com.
Double Shovel Cider Company, located off of Arctic and 58th. Handcrafted Alaskan-made colonial ciders. They also have a tap room downtown on the corner of 5th and E. Stop by today and taste an award-winning cider.
Lady with a Plan, your own Alaska event planner. From scouting the perfect location to planning the tiniest details, specializing in event management and production for intimate social gatherings. Find Lady with a Plan on Instagram.
Should you not claim to be at least his equal in prowess and act upon the claim? I say try. If we never try, we shall never succeed. This proposition is a simple truth, and it's too important to be lost sight of for a moment. If we cannot beat the enemy where he now is, we never can. It is all easy if our troops march as well as the enemy, and it is unmanly to say they cannot do it.